What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty, and welcome to another amazing video. You can follow me on Patreon for exclusive stories. 7ts Chapter 121 The place where you can get rich, the inheritance of the gourd baby, the biggest win in the gold list? Previous chapter next chapter advertisement Diga World. In the mountains near the headquarters of the TPC Victory Team. Originally above the pyramid, Uchiha Ran easily stayed in the air with the psychic power he possessed after becoming Ultraman. A fighter jet flew beside him, and there was the voice of the victorious team captain, the pity descendant Megumi. Have a chat? Uchiha Ran glanced at the light curtain, and the lower left corner showed that there was less than 1 minute left in the 10-minute time travel time. To be honest, he didn't mind chatting with Captain Beauty and enjoying the food in this world by the way. Too bad I really don't have time, Dagu, I want my own world. But there will be another visit within a month. If you have any doubts, we will talk about it later. Let's go. By the way, it's hard to be discovered the identity of Ultraman Tiga. Uchiha Ran used the technique of telepathy to connect with the great Gu in Tiga. Although he is now separated from Diga by a few brown rice, with the help of Kagura's heart, the sound transmission is really easy. What? Tiga nodded to Uchiha Ran, then rose into the sky and flew away to face the sun, disappearing in an instant, and even space satellites could not find it. Dagu did have a lot of doubts in his heart, such as where the giant came from, why he could become 960 into light, what happened to the Ninja World Golden List and the Light Curtain, and whether Uchiha Ran was the same as him. But he is not a tough character, Uchiha Ran said, he chose to be patient. When Tiga left, Uchiha Ran looked at the fighter and said indifferently, Victory Team Captain Megumi, I know what you want to ask. Unfortunately, I don't have time to talk to you right now. I can only tell you that the information you have obtained from the space-time capsule is true. Before the trilemma 10,000 years, this planet had a civilization that surpassed modern times. Next, the sleeping monsters all over the earth will make money again, the evil gods will wake up, and alien monsters and civilizations will start to invade. Develop your combat power well. As for the giants, I can tell you that Tiga must be on the side of humans, and humans can trust them 100%. Then, there will be an appointment later, precise card points. As Uchiha Ran's words fell, a golden halo appeared and enveloped him. His figure began to disappear. Seeing this scene, Wei Meng, who received too much information at once and was still immersed in shock, suddenly recovered, and suddenly asked, May I know your name? Name? Uchiha Ran blinked for a moment, then chuckled. You can call me, Ultraman Sino. A part of Saiga and No's episode, Ultraman Sino is fine. Advertisement The light completely dissipated, followed by the figure of Uchiha Ran. Megumi looked at the empty sky, suddenly lost. She wanted to ask, how did Uchiha Ran know her identity? She wondered to what extent the civilization of 3 rough years ago had developed and why it disappeared. She is afraid, the monsters who are about to wake up, the special police is what is the existence called the evil god. She wondered whether Uchiha Ran was talking about whether Ultraman Tiga was the giant who first appeared, and why he was certain that Ultraman Tiga would be on the side of humans. What she wanted to know most was what kind of existence Uchiha Ran was. But these questions are destined to be buried in my heart for a long time, and I don't know if I have the opportunity to ask them in my life. What Megumi didn't know was that in the time capsule, Yulien, her ancestor, was also puzzled. With Uchiha Ran's rhythm now, everything is reckless and unknown. Uchiha Ran no longer cares about the situation on the Tiga world side. At this point, he has returned to the Hokage office building. Although less than 10 minutes had passed, he always felt that a lot had happened. There will be such a feeling, probably because the strength has undergone a qualitative leap. But he was not complacent at all, instead he was more looking forward to it. To be honest, if he could stay more time, he would rather stay in Tiga world for a while. If you can find a few monsters to devour time, your strength should be improved by leaps and bounds. Unfortunately, no time. Fortunately, he successfully completed the transaction with Dagu and was rewarded with a 1-day stay in Tiga world. In the next month, he can travel through the Tiga world at any time. 24 hours, a lot to do. Evil God Gadanji. Luluya Ruins, Giant Ruins, Dark Giant. 93 When my strength is further improved, you will all be my nourishment. A flash of light flashed in Uchiha Ran's eyes. At this time, he continued to notice that everyone was looking at him in a daze. What's wrong? Uchiha Ran asked knowingly. Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Difficult Hands Hashirama came to him and looked at him seriously. It's not the same as the spicy one, 99. Each pair of Mangekyo Sharingan and Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan is unique. Uchiha Ran said slightly speechless. The big pillar is really funny. Advertisement, so, you really got the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Rough Hand Tobarama's face turned straight and sighed. It seems that I do have some prejudice against Uchiha. Although this clan is paranoid, it will not be called evil. Wisdom Tobarama said that Uchiha is evil, and a large part of the reason is that some tribes in Uchiha hurt their relatives in pursuit of power, in order to stimulate power to achieve rapid growth. The special police were during the Warring States period, and the Uchiha clan was in chaos, and they also invented Izanagi and Izanami. When he thought about it, this was a family cursed by power. Destroyed in pursuit of power. But now, Uchiha Ran has evolved the Mangekyo Sharingan to the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. By himself. Which shows that his thesis of developing the power of the vagina is correct. Uchiha, not so evil. It's better to say that the Uchiha is a family that is favored than a cursed family. Uchiha desires power and wants to protect those who care. The so-called emotional stimulation is a tricky method, it can be used, but it cannot be regarded as the right way. Honestly rely on yourself, and you will become stronger in the true sense. Uchiha Ran guessed what Tobirama was thinking, but asked him what he wanted. Since he bears the taboo of Uchiha's name, he should also correct the name of the family. By the way, also brainwashing Uchiha Itachi and Sasuke. Rough hand Tobirama nodded in agreement. Uchiha Ran raised the topic with a slight smile, then asked, "Where's Jiraiya?" 22. It is very profitable to be on the gold list, of course, you need to sprinkle salt in Jiraiya's wound, right? Brother Ran, Pervy Sage is on the list again, and has been removed by summoning. Uzumaki Naruto replied unabashedly jealous. On the list again? Uchiha Ran was surprised, not surprised. In his analysis, Jiraiya is sure to get one more time. Reason. Great Toad Sage Toad Pills, but this is too early. The tailed beasts are not yet on the list. This old toad, who has survived since the Kagaya era and played a crucial role in the battle between Otsutsuki Hagoromo and Hamura against Otsutsuki Kagaya, is ranked so low. If it is said that this big toad is old and can't do it, he doesn't believe it anyway. Toad Maru is the ancestor of Mount Myoboku, and his official evaluation strength is no less than that of Sage of Six Paths, and he lives in a monastery. Obviously, he has an incredible inheritance. This is an old-fashioned existence, and it is impossible to have no trump cards. With doubts, he looked at the golden list. 15th place, Awasu Big Toad. Blood Pact. Jiraiya advertisement, it turned out to be it. Uchiha Ran suddenly realized that he really ignored the existence of this big toad. The Awasu giant toad lives in Mount Myoboku hidden, and Jiraiya can only summon a part of its stomach to use, just like Tsunade can only summon a part of Katsuyu's body. But it is the stomach and intestines of the big toad of Awasu, which is Master Jiraiya's strongest enchantment, and generally no one can escape from it. The body of this one is also a few hundred meters level police officer, and in the case of signing a contract with Jiraiya, it is inevitable to be on the list. With that said, Jiraiya has been on the list more times than he believes. Simply the biggest winner. At this moment, the information behind the ranking was updated. Summoning Beast Reward Options 1. The inheritance of the Gourd Baby, the Big Baby and the 3 Baby, Transformation, Infinite Power, Huge Shrinking Ability, Copper Head and Iron Arm, Reinforced Iron Bone, Invulnerable to Swords and Guns. 2. Inheritance of the 4 and 5 Gourds of the Gourds. Contractor Rewards. Perfect Sage Mode, Improved Sealing Techniques Dantian Seal, can be stored without using Chakra and Sage Jutsu Chara, can be evolved through the Gold List reward. Rewards are announced and diligent. Uchiha Ran's eyes lit up. The Gourd Baby inheritance, the expressive power is not strong, but the development prospects are very good, and it even refers to supernatural powers in the end, but that is only the end. In the ninja world, it will be comparable to Death 4.0, and it is considered a magic technique. Jiraiya's perfect sage mode is good, it should be the fusion version of Tanshu Hashirama and Uzumaki Naruto, that is, it is instantly turned on, and the face will not show ugly tattoos and toads, but have eyeshadows, consume less when using, and power change is big. In the live broadcast room of Jinbang. Jiraiya is in the body of the big toad of Awasu, and before she can feel happy about the gold list reward, she feels that the surrounding environment begins to change. He sensed something, and immediately released the summoning state. Boom! Jiraiya's figure rhyme is now in the Hokage office. The screen in the live broadcast room still stayed at the summoning beast, and everyone saw a huge toad gradually shrinking, and finally turned into an 8-year-old child. This contrast really surprised many people. Beautiful hand Hashirama. What's the matter? Why does such a big toad transform into a child? Open black lens bracket tan show Tobirama. I guess it has something to do with inheritance. Gourd baby, close black lens bracket. Uchiha Ran. You are truly a personal successor in second generation. Uchiha Ran. No, the reason is not the same as the inheritance, it should be the problem of the big toad of Yonsu. Perhaps, it has something to do with Toad Maru. Chapter 122 The Bottom-Tailed Beast. Reward Ghetto Statue. Customize. Previous chapter Next chapter advertisement. Inheritance gives ability, not limitation. It's impossible to change shape and go in the direction of children just because it was inherited from the gourd baby. The big toad of Yonsu turned into a child, which means that its mind is not mature. It always feels like things are not simple. Although in the original work, both Katsuyu Sage and Great Toad Sage are partial to justice, or the position of the protagonist, but for this toad, Uchiha, who taught Otsutsuki Hagoromo Sage Jutsu before the cage, and made him work hard on Otsutsuki Kagaya Ran is always on guard. The big toad of Iwasu has a huge body and can only be used for the summoning part since it arrived. The effect is still very powerful. The strength is definitely not weak, and it has a tendency to be comparable to the Katsuyu Immortal. However, his presence in Mount Myoboku is very thin, and it is said that he has been sleeping all the time. There is something unusual about it. Maybe I can find time to go to Mount Myoboku to find out, and I always feel that I can get unexpected results. Uchiha Ran thought to himself. At this time, his speech aroused great curiosity. Open black lens bracket wisdom Hashirama. Did Tobirama guess wrong? The gourd baby is not a baby? Tobirama. Big brother, I don't want to talk about you, your IQ must be exchanged for strength. Ranboy made it clear that Yansu Big Toad's becoming a child has nothing to do with inheritance, which means that as long as it takes shape, it will look like a child. Quote. Open black lens bracket beautiful hand Hashirama, is that so? Uchiha Madara. It's embarrassing for the police to come out. It's embarrassing to say that I was beaten by a fool like you. Quote. Open black lens bracket wisdom Hashirama. Ha ha ha, you can see it. Madara himself admitted that he was defeated by me, this is a defeated general. Quote. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. 1. All. For a while, I don't know whether Washo Hashirama is smart or stupid, maybe it's a shell. Orochimaru. At Uchiha Ran, little junior brother, can you explain? I am very interested in this situation. Quote. Uchiha Madara. It's not something worth keeping secret. You need to know that 90% of the shape of all monsters after transformation is related to its mind. Quote. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. To give a simple example, if a dragon who has lived for 10,000 years has always maintained the mind of a child, its transformation will still be like a child, and when its mind grows, its appearance will grow along with it. Scheming, he can also be a sinister old man after taking shape. Quote. Yuhihong. Is this what you used to say about the relationship between the heart and the heart? Uchiha Ran. Smart, that's pretty much what it means. Quote. Yamanaka Ino. Ah, it's so uncomfortable, being preempted by Teacher Hong, the portrait also wanted to say. Closing parenthesis. Open black lens bracket Yakumo Kurama. Are you sure you still remember? Close black lens bracket. Yamanaka Ino. Yakumo, don't take down the stage at this time, okay. Including tears. Downstairs crooked. Others saw it, and their hearts were not disturbed. Advertisement. Isn't it just chasing stars? I'm used to it. They are not envious at all, really, yo. At this time, the bell of the golden list came as scheduled. In the sky, a three-dimensional image appeared. It was a young girl with blue-green short hair, an orange hairpin in a bun on the right side, a skin look, and orange pupils. The art of summoning. The three-dimensional image girl moves, pressing her hands on the ground. Boom. A cloud of smoke rose. Rhyme now in front of everyone is a beetle with 6 wings and a tail. 14th place. 7 Tails Chome, one of the 9 chakras separated from 10 tails by Sage of 6 Paths Otsutsuki Hagoromo in ancient times. It is in the form of a pupa when it is young, and it is the body of a beetle and a dragonfly when it grows up. Flying giant insects. Life contract. Maple. The live broadcast screen of Jinbang shook and deflected. All they saw was a dark space, with the sound of water ticking, and the 7 Tails Chome hook appeared in front of everyone. Then, a figure slowly formed. This is Feng on the list. This woman is Elite Jonin from the village of Luin, the land of dragons, who has just become the perfect 7 Tails Jinchuriki. Onogi. It's a tailed beast. Luo Sha. Old man, who are you pretending to be with? Open black lens bracket 4th generation I. Which village does not have a Jinchuriki? It is well known that tailed beasts can become summoning beasts. Dementia? Close black lens bracket. Rain Shinobi Village. Ninja Village. Grass Ninja Village. Tang Nin Village. Shui Nin Village. Xing Nin Village. Yan Nin Village, etc. Can you do this at Versailles? Onogi. First, I'm not an old man now. Second, I'm not pretending, but I'm not humorous. I just think this sentence fits the situation. Terumi Mei. Although I know that the tailed beast can sign a summoning contract with people, and I also know that the perfect Jinchuriki can sign a life contract with the tailed beast, I'm so sorry, but I am really a Jinchuriki now. It's time to welcome. Open black lens bracket Yugao. No, I want to be free. Quote. Open black lens bracket Didera. Now, you have the talent to become an artist, do you want to join us Akatsuki? Close corner bracket. Onogi. You bastard Didera, please go back to the village for me. Open black lens bracket Didera. I'm too lazy to care about you, close corner bracket. Jiraiya, you will be summoning the Iwajuku Toad. 33. Advertisement. Uchiha Ran found Jiraiya when a group of people started chatting on Jinbang. The fact that a tailed beast can become a summoning beast is a tacit understanding of all ninja villages with tailed beasts. Everyone knows that the tailed beast from the village can take a place on the summoning beast list. Even if some Jinchuriki are not originally perfect Jinchuriki, the tailed beast will choose to compromise in order to get the reward for being on the summoning beast list. A typical representative is the next Tsunade fox. He clearly knew that Naruto was the reincarnation of Ashura, and he shivered as if he refused to do it. However, after being baptized by Uchiha Ran's Mangekyo Sharingan, he decided to compromise. Mouth. Uchiha Ran pays more attention to the big toad of Iwajuku than the fact that the tailed beast and Jinchuriki are on the list. Summoning Iwajuku giant toad. Jiraiya gave Uchiha Ran a strange look, not quite understanding what he was going to do. But thinking that this 5th Hokage has always acted on a whim, he nodded and didn't refuse. The art of summoning. Jiraiya pressed her index finger and put her hands on the ground. Okay. A reversal force struck, and Jiraiya took a decisive step back. What's wrong? Uchiha Ran frowned. Can't summoning. Difficult. Tobarama came over at night and asked with a heavy heart for exploration. Could it be that the big toad is too strong, and yours is not strong enough? That's not right. The chair area consumed by summoning is determined by the opponent's body size, not strength. Unless the opponent actively refuses, the big toad has now become a child, so it's good that summoning is right. 22. You were rejected. No, Jiraiya frowned. I sensed the position of the giant toad of Owasu, but when I performed the summoning technique, I felt a space obstacle. It should be an enchantment. 99. The original Jiraiya couldn't actually feel that deep. But now that he has mastered the perfect sage mode, his induction and adaptation to natural energy has reached a very high level, and his emotions are aware of everything. Enchantment? Uchiha Ran touched his chin and murmured, could it be that Toad Maru opened the barrier around Mount Myoboku? The three holy places all have enchantments, and there are more than one or two, and there are many types. Who is Toad Maru? Jiraiya asked curiously. He also had a friendship with Mount Myoboku for more than 20 years, and he did not know that there was a toad named Toad Maru. And the toad who can open the holy land barrier should have a high status, so why doesn't he know? If I remember correctly, Tobirama has spoken on the golden list, Tobirama said. Yeah. Uchiha Ran nodded and said lightly, Toad Maru is the Great Toad Sage. Advertisement Great Toad Sage. Everyone in the office was stunned. Since Jinbang announced the summoning beast list 7 days ago, all villages have released information on their beliefs. They still know the immortals of Mount Myoboku, one of the three holy places. The original name was Toad Maru. Why did this Great Toad Sage suddenly open the barrier? At this time, Uchiha Ran closed his eyes to sense it, and then said, 960. The space barrier is indeed opened, and the imprint of the flying thunder god cannot be sensed. 5th generation, you. Jiraiya opened her mouth. I wanted to say something, but I didn't say it. Uchiha Ran glanced at him and said lightly, Jiraiya, during the Warring States period, the major ninja families were in constant wars, and everyone was still human. And those toads are toads. They occupy the most abundant holy place of natural energy. Why? Non my family, its heart must be different. That's right, Tobirama's eyes were full of admiration. There are only eternal interests in this world, and emotions are destined to come after that. Ninjas should understand this even more. This, Jiraiya didn't know how to respond. Say peace? This kind of field is too naive. I never let anyone force a point of view. 99. You see, and think for yourself. Uchiha Ran said indifferently. When the toad pills are listed, the barrier will be opened, or it will be broken by the golden list. When you try summoning the big toad of Yonsu, I think you may know something beyond your cognition. Hearing this, Jiraiya had a lot of words in her heart, but she couldn't speak. In my heart, I have a bad premonition. At this time, Jinbang updated the information. Summoning Beast Reward Selection. Has a body that matches the strength of Chara, and masters the art of transformation. 2. The transformable Gedo statue, 10 Tails body, which can be called the Master Control Consciousness, swallows other tailed beasts to become stronger, and successfully transforms into human beings, which is a 6 paths level. Contractor Reward. Twin Equal Contract. The tailed beast will not die after being separated from the body, but can communicate with the tailed beast. No matter where the tailed beast is, you can use its power, and both the tailed beast and the tailed beast can cast the contract summoning to summon each other. Neither party's death affects the other. Seeing this, the tailed beasts who were pretending to be calm at first couldn't calm down at all. Open black lens bracket 1 tail Shukaku. Transformable 10 tails body, close black lens bracket. Chapter 123 3 Jinchuriki on the list. 3 tails Jinchuriki shocked the ninja world. Previous chapter. Next chapter advertisement. Chomei is the first to appear on the list, which means that the lowest ranking is still able to get such a good reward. The body of 10 tails, and it can also be transformed into a human. In Gaara's body, Sho Crater's heart fluttered. He was sealed by the Tsunade temple early, and he yearned for power the most. If one day it can completely control its own destiny, it will not hesitate. What Uchiha Ran said at the beginning also took root in the hearts of their tailed beasts, and they had a desire to have a human body. Chomei has a chance, so does it also have a chance? And, better. But after continuing to watch, he ruled out the second option, without any hesitation. Open black lens bracket Yang 9 tails. Shuhei, are you actually tempted by the second choice? Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Yuki. Ah, you are really our good brother, Chomei. Don't worry, 2 big brothers, I will definitely choose one. Shuhei. Hey, Kurama and Yuki are enough. Am I going to choose the second one, and then come to devour you? I was just too excited to see the explanation behind. Sun Wukong. I don't really believe it, you civet cat is very bad. Open black lens bracket Shizuru. No matter how bad I am, can Kurama be bad? Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Yin 9 tails. Where am I broken? Shuhei. At the beginning, the old man divided the chala into 100 parts on average. First he divided each one. Later, you said we divided it ourselves. 7, leaving 49 for yourself, resulting in your own half of 10 tails chara, doesn't it? Open black lens bracket Yang 9 tails. Yuki, you look honest and honest, you actually lied and sold me? Open black lens bracket Yuki. Kurama police made a false accusation, I never told the public about it, I don't even know about it. Open black lens bracket Yang 9 tails. How did the civet cat know? Shuhei. Of course, this was guessed by Mr. Ben Shuhei. Not long after the chakra was divided, I felt that there was something wrong with you, but there was no evidence, But Otsutsuki Kagaya got 4-tailed beasts with the same amount of chakra as half of yours. This is the real hammer. Yang 9 tails. Ahem, Shuhei, we are brothers, I believe you will not choose too. Open black lens bracket Shuhei. Cut. Close black lens bracket all. No one would have thought that such a material would be revealed in the 9 tails beast chat. Sure enough, there is only the wrong amount of chakra and there is no wrong image. Foxes are cunning. However, it can be seen that the 9 tails beast has a good feeling and is not at all interested in the second option. The body of 10 tails, which can transform into shape, has reached the extreme temptation. But because the growth method is to devour other tailed beasts, he chose to give up. Chomei, what do you choose? Inside the spiritual space, 7 tails Jinchuriki asked Chomei. Of course 1. Chomei made a choice without hesitation. Jin Bang shot down a ray of light and came directly to the sealed space on Feng. The next moment, Chomei's body began to undergo clear changes: blood, meridians, bones, muscles, scales, generation. Although after everything is completed, Chomei still looks the same from the outside, but in fact, it has undergone earth-shaking changes. The original Chomei had few other ninjutsu except for the physical collision attack. The trick was just a monotonous tailed beast jade, but now he can flexibly control various parts of the body to create different ninjutsu. Chakra is changed to branch in each cell in spiritual power, and it needs to be extracted and mobilized when used. It is no longer a chakra energy body. The most important point is that it breaks the upper limit of Chara's body, and you can improve yourself and become stronger through exercise and practice. Advertisement, get the reward. Feng also received the reward. Twin equality contract. The gold list will immediately issue rewards. This is the end of the live broadcast screen. Boom. The golden bell rang at the right time. A 3-dimensional image appeared, of a melancholy and handsome young man with brown bangs, his left eye covered by his hair, wearing a blue haori, and holding a soap bubble blower. The art of summoning. The young man stamped his hands on the ground. Boom. A burst of smoke rose, and Yun was now in front of everyone with a huge, slug-like creature. 13th place. 6 tails Seiken, one of the 9 Chara separated from 10 tails by Sage of 6 Paths Otsutsuki Hagoromo in ancient times, a Katsuyu with 6 milky white tails. Life contract. Yugito. The live broadcast screen of Jinbang changed at this time, switching to a colorful world full of bubbles. At the bottom of this world, the figure of 6 tails Seiken appeared. Boom. A bubble burst, and a figure slowly formed. It was Yu Gao who was on the list. Yu Gao was implanted with Seiken at a young age and became Jinchuriki. He is an indifferent and laid-back person who usually likes to stay in high places by himself, blowing foam, and leaning against a big tree to rest and sleep. Because of his salty personality, he likes the policy of blood fog in Hidden Village, so he has become a traitor. Open black lens bracket Chirumi Mei. Yugo, you are in Wuyan Village. You were raised by Wuyan Village, and the tailed beast is also from Wuyan Village. Now Wuyan Village is not so cold. Do you really not consider going back to the village? Open black lens bracket Hitaka. 5th generation. I'm curious, even if I go back to the village, what can I change? Open black lens bracket Chirumi Mei. Waiting for Seiken to gain experience. As a perfect Jinchuriki I may not be an opponent, it is very useful. Close black lens bracket. Yu Gao. Maybe the bystander Ching. The next ninja world must be the era of Konoha. Even if I go back to Kiryu, I can't change this. Open black lens bracket Chirumi Mei. I didn't expect you to say it clearly, so I will say it clearly. With your cage level combat power, even if I unify the ninja world in the future, at least I can gain more voice and interests, right? Everyone knows that Konoha wants to unify the ninja world and has the ability to unify the ninja world. First Hokage goes around Hashirama, the resurrected second Hokage wraps around Tobirama, comparable to first Hokage's 6th Hokage Tsunade, and 4th Hokage, who may be resurrected at any time, has an unknown and mysterious strength that is infinitely close to the 6 Paths level, and may now surpass Uchiha Ran of this level. There's also Icarus, the perfect sage mode Jiraiya, the brand new white-eyed sun, and more. No one can resist. If you don't want to perish, you can obey. As long as resistance has a slight effect, as ninjas, they will not give up. But the problem is no. Moreover, with the arrival of the golden list of Ninja World, the existence of all worlds, the power of infinite knowledge, eternal life and eternal youth, everyone has the opportunity to step to a higher level. Who is willing to die? So, everyone has a tacit understanding now. The 5 shadow talks to be held next will likely be the last. After that, there may not be the existence of the 5 shadows. All forces are bound to be destroyed. Everyone will try to divide more into interests in a brand new cake. Cage level strong, very important, Yu Gao. Well, I'll go back to the village now. Yu Gao was lazy rather than stupid. Chirumi Mei pulled away a little, and suddenly understood the key. Advertisement. It is very likely that in the village of Hidden Kiri it will become the future of the past. Go do your best. No one interrupted the conversation between the two. Konoha is the winner, and he must be the master of the cake, so he can't do it. Other hidden villages are sympathetic to each other and are about to make fire. Finally, I still persuade people to welcome them. Inside the Hidden Kiri village, Chirumi Mei showed a relieved smile. Even though Mizukage's career has entered the countdown, she still wants to do as well as she can. Cheng, any news from 3 Tails? Mizukage-sama, not yet. Continue to send more people and make the search for 3 tails the top priority. But Lord Mizukage, even if you find 3 tails and successfully persuaded to become a summoning beast, you won't be able to make the list, right? 33. Stupid, getting the tailed beast is also a way to gain interests during the 5 shadows talks, 39. Terumi Mei gave Ao a disappointed look. The wisdom of this subordinate is still poor. But when she thought about the future, she felt that it didn't matter. At this point, the 1-minute countdown ends. Rewards announced. Summoning Beast Reward Selection 1. Have a body that matches the strength of Chara and master the art of change. 2. The transformable Gedo statue, 10 tails body, which can be called the Master Control Consciousness, swallows other tailed beasts to become stronger, and successfully transforms into human beings, which is a 6 paths level. Contractor Reward. Twin Equal Contract. The tailed beast will not die after being separated from the body, but can communicate with the tailed beast. No matter where the tailed beast is, you can use its power, and both the tailed beast and the tailed beast can cast the contract summoning to summon each other. Neither party's death affects the other. Not surprising. I choose one. Saiken didn't hesitate at all. The next moment, the scene that happened in the heavy body was repeated on him. Cells, blood, meridians, bones, etc., generate, and wait until its metamorphosis is over. Yu Gao also said indifferently, accept the reward. 9. Yo. The golden bell rang. A stereoscopic image emerges. He has long beige-brown straight hair, tied in a long braid around his waist. He looks like a queen, but the two with gentle smiles are made of wooden golem. The art of chi summoning. Rhymed by wooden golem summoning Matabi, a cat demon covered in blue chala flames. The 12th place. Second Matabi, the 9 parts of Chara separated from 10 tails by sage of 6 paths Otsutsuki Hagoromo in ancient times. Contract of life. 2 by wooden golem. The Jinbang live broadcast screen changed at this moment, switching to a world full of blue flames. At the top of the world, there is an elegant cat strolling. Boom. Angered by a blue flame, the two were hooked onto Matabi's back by the figure of wooden golem, showing their queens. By wooden golem, aren't you happy to be on the list? Matabi asked in a soft tone. Advertisement with a smile on the face of wooden golem. I don't know how Matabi sensed that she was unhappy. Didn't they all say that cats are not bad luck? I really want to draw a lottery too. Straight to the point by wooden golem. Maybe wooden golem can get a lottery chance, Matabi consoled. No. The wooden golem pouted. It must also be an equal twin contract. 19. Except Lao Zi and Han, other Jinchuriki must be like this. How can you be so sure by wooden golem? Matabi asked curiously. People watching through the live broadcast room also pricked up their ears. Because it's on the summoning beast list right now. Wooden golem said with a smile. Master 5th Hokage's guess is correct. Only the ninja beasts or beasts who signed the summoning silent contract will be able to make the list, but the core is still you. Otherwise, the reward options will not be chosen by you. Contractor, just get rewarded incidentally. Saying, good to King Nuo, wooden golem raised his head slightly. A gust of wind blew at this time. Blow out her hair. Very floating. It seems to be trying to verify her claim. Rewards are announced at this moment. Summoning beast reward selection. 1. Have a body that matches the strength of Chara and master the art of change. 2. The transformable Gedo statue, 10 tails body. Contractor reward. Twin equal contract. The tailed beast will not die after being separated from the body. Look. Hearty smile by wooden golem. Matabi followed suit with a smile. The twin equality contract is also very good. I choose. Matabi also made the choice without any hesitation. And when his transformation was over, wooden golem smiled. Accept the reward. Yo. After being rewarded by wooden golem, the golden bell rang. A 3-dimensional effect appeared. It was a girl of about 13 years old, with short brown hair and a pair of large dark brown pupils, no bangs, wearing a light pink skirt and safety pants with dark red knee socks. A red-only child, the biggest feature is the 2 purple patterns on the face. The art of summoning. The girl used summoning a tortoise with 3 tails covered in thorns all over its body. 11th place. Second Matabi, one of the 9 chakras that sage of 6 paths Otsutsuki Hagoromo split from 10 tails in ancient times. Life contract. Nohara Linsai. Seeing this scene, everyone was stunned. 3 tails Jinchuriki. Rin Nohara. Open black lens bracket Terumi Mei. Does 3 tails have Jinchuriki? Open black lens bracket Yugura. Why is 3 tails Jinchuriki not me? Close black lens bracket chapter 124 Konoshekelin and Naruto, special intermediate level lottery draw. Previous chapter next chapter advertisement, Yugura. I don't agree, why is the contractor of 3 tails Rin Nohara? Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Obito. Funny, it's not Lin, is it your weak baby face? Open black lens bracket Hitaki Kakashi. Peeved, Obito, I feel like you have become able to talk. Uchiha Obito. Shut up, I don't want to talk to you yet. Nohara Rin. Obito, everyone is a companion, please be kind, serious face. Open black lens bracket Hitaki Kakashi. Well, as expected, Rin is still good. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Obito. Kakashi. Nohara Rin. Kakashi, We are on our way back to Konoha. Let's gather with our surviving companions. Red Yuhi. Welcome Lin home, I'll take care of you. Hinata. I can help Teacher Hong. Open black lens bracket Enko Midorai. Leave the preparation of the balls to me. Open black lens bracket Tsunade. I'll prepare the wine. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. You two policemen add to the chaos, and you are more or less the same as guarding yourself against theft. Open black lens bracket Luo Sha. So Three Tails Jinchuriki belongs to Konoha? Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Uzumaki Kushina. That's not an obvious thing. Lin is my husband's disciple, my special police like her. Nohara Rin. What my mother said is, smiles, open black lens bracket Uzumaki Kushina. By the way, Xiao Lin, are you 13 years old now? Nohara Rin. According to biological age and experience, Obito is 2 heads taller than me if she is 13 years old. Annoyance. Open black lens bracket Uzumaki Kushina. That's great. My son Naruto is just 13 years old this year. When the time comes, you can cultivate a relationship. It would be great if you could be my daughter-in-law. Open black lens bracket Nohara Rin. Ah, Uzumaki Kushina. You see, you are both Jinchuriki now, and you have also asked about your age. Everyone knows the truth. Lin will take care of people, and Naruto is obedient, Sateko is suitable. Open black lens bracket Namikaze Minato. Kakashi na, you. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Obito. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Obito. I can't go back with this Konoha. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Obito 963. Where are you, Madara? Black Zetsu? I'm going to cast Infinite Tsukuyomi? Open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. Idiot. Open black lens bracket Hitaki Kakashi. Good guy. Inside Hokage's office. Kakashi asked about the intimacy paradise, and his eyes gradually shifted to Uzumaki Naruto. Kakashi-sensei, what are you going to do to me? Uzumaki Naruto trembled. Nothing. Kakashi opened the book again, his expression calm. But the more he did it, the more Naruto felt wrong. Advertisement blessed to the soul, he got the key. Open black lens bracket Uzumaki Naruto. Don't talk nonsense, I have a girl I like, you will make things worse. Open black lens bracket Uzumaki Kushina. Naruto, according to my mother, the girl you like is definitely not as good as Rin. Uchiha Ran. I can attest to this. Close black lens bracket at present, Sakura is still green tea, and Lin is completely 2 levels. Open black lens bracket Uzumaki Kushina. You see even 5th generation says so, close black lens bracket. Uchiha Ran. Mrs. 4th generation, I think this matter can wait until you are resurrected, it won't take long. Uzumaki Kushina. Well, if 5th generation says so, close black lens bracket. This is the end of the topic, and Uchiha Ran completes the end. The major hidden villages are also normal about the matter that he said that he wants to resurrect Konoha. Because it's not surprising enough, they will pay a big price to resurrect some of the village's ancestors. Idea. The saddest is Yugura. He continued to start, and the chat content was directly skewed. 4th Mizukage has no human rights. Open black lens bracket Yugura. So who can kindly tell me, why is it not me who is the contractor of 3 tails? Close black lens bracket. In terms of strength, he is the leader in the 4th Mizukage, cage level of the village. On the contrary, when Nohara became Rin 3 Tails Jinchuriki, he was nothing more than a medical ninja with the strength of Chunin. In terms of time, he was the last Jinchuriki of the 3 tails after sealing the 3 tails into his body after the death of Rin Nohara. In terms of tacit understanding, Nohara Rin was not strong enough to run wild after becoming Jinchuriki. And he used his strength to overwhelm 3 tails. Surprise is now dead. Why is 3 tails counted on Nohara Rin's head? Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. 4th Mizukage, do you still want to understand? Open black lens bracket Tachibana Yagura. Huh? Open black lens bracket Uchiha Obito. I just said you were stupid. Open black lens bracket Yagura. You bastard, Uchiha Obito, I haven't asked you to sell the account back then, and now you're still here to humiliate me, it's not a human being. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Obito. I once said that back then, who asked you to recruit Yin and capture Lin as Jinchuriki? Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Chirumi Mei. This thing, the guy with black boots has already said that it is Uchiha Madara's conspiracy, or it can be the conspiracy that the guy with black boots expects Uchiha Madara to execute, and it can't be counted on our head. Uchiha Obito. You have to say that, I was also deceived, and the blood fog policy of your hidden village cannot be counted on my head, it can be counted on the head of Madara or Black Zetsu. Open black lens bracket Chirumi Mei. Then there is no talk. Uchiha Obito. It doesn't matter, you can't help me anyway. Open black lens bracket Chirumi Mei. Let's see, Chirumi Mei. At Ziyi Yagura. Lord 4th generation, according to the rules of the Golden List, ninjas in the Pure Land world who were less than Jonin level police officers during their lifetime were unable to speak. Open black lens bracket Yagura. I know, advertisement open black lens bracket Chirumi Mei. As we all know, the strength in front of Nohara Rin is Chunin. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Yagura. As Jinchuriki, is 3 tails not included in her strength? Well, now I know why Yagura didn't want to understand. He believes that in front of Nohara Rin is 3 tails Jinchuriki, and his strength can also be counted as cage level. Chat on the list, no problem. Terumi Mei, Lord 4th generation, only the perfect Jinchuriki follows the power of the calculus-tailed beast. Terumi Mei. Not long after Jinbang Hook appeared, Hitaki Kakashi was with Uchiha Obito and Nohara Rin. The former deliberately hid and did not speak, and the latter was still sleeping in the Pure Land world because of lack of strength. This incident has long been exposed by the major hidden villages. The 9 tails of Konoha village helped Uzumaki Naruto speak only 10 words at the beginning, because it is only the strength of Chunin. The 9 tails does not count as his strength. Open black lens bracket Yugura. So, Rin Nohara has been resurrected. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. She is not resurrected. How come back to Konoha? Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Uzumaki Kushina. Do I have a ghost marriage for my son? Open black lens bracket Yuihong. I'm going to prepare loneliness for the banquet? Citrus Yugura. Hey, Ji-Chen, is this 4th Mizukage such a foolish person? In a special space with a lake, Nohara Rin let out a silver bell-like laughter. I don't know either. G1-eyed said, I was controlled by Uchiha Obito not long after the Yugura seal, and I was also controlled. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't expect such a thing to happen. I apologize to you for Obito. Nohara Rin put 10 in her hands and said sincerely. Fine. Ji Nang sensed Nohara Rin's sincerity, his eyes turned slightly and said, I have the right to sleep. In the future, I will be bound to you, you can just be in trouble. Definitely not. Nohara Rin swore to assure. Ji nodded with satisfaction, and then said lightly, I choose one. The next moment, the power of the golden list came. A reenactment of the body-shaping scene. Iso soon had a body of flesh and blood. It feels good, said lazily. Nohara Rin smiled lightly and then said, receive the reward, 39. Awards are given out on the gold list, twin equality contract. The rewards for Iso and Nohara Rin were the same as the 3 Jinchuriki previously on the list. Yo, the golden bell rang suddenly, advertisement. This time rhyme in front of everyone as Iwagakure 5 tails Jinchuriki, with a hat on his head, a red mask on his mouth, and a red armor on his body, a Han who has been on the list once. The art of summoning, Han summoning out of Kakuo. All this was expected. The screen in the live room is deflected and switched to Iwagakure. Unlike the first few Jinchuriki who appeared in the sealed space to meet the tailed beast, Han and Kakuo are in the real world. Onogi. Very good, my Iwagakure Han is on the list again, and the harvest will be better than other Jinchuriki. 4th generation I. Where did you get your confidence when you were old? Hanshong ranks 5th in the tail beast. Onogi. If you say you're stupid, you really don't have any brains at all? Didn't your own 2-tailed Jinchuriki analyze it well? Luosha. Peeved haha, I'm dying of laughter. 4th Raikage's ability to perform to the extreme is stupid. Open black lens bracket Gara. You are already dead, do you want her soul to be destroyed? Close black lens bracket. Luosha. Won this stinky son, how can he do his best? At this time, in Cloud Shinobi Village, 4th generation I was lectured by Izabuyi and Nozomi. This time it was a real shame to throw it home. As mentioned earlier by Lord Wooden Golem, the reward options that tailed beasts can get should be the same, and the rewards that contractors can get are also neat and consistent twin equality contracts. Because this pact is good for both Jinchuriki and the tailed beast. Summoning beast ranking, there must be a contractor on the list, but the contractor is an incidental reward. But Han and Laozi are exceptions, because when they were on the blood succession list, they had already chosen the twin equality contract. Maybe this is another form of reward? Summoning beast reward selection. 1. Have a body that matches the strength of Chara, and master the art of change. 2. The transformable Gedo statue, 10 tails body, which can be called the master control consciousness, swallows other tailed beasts to become stronger, and successfully transforms into human beings, which is a 6 paths level. Contractor reward. Intermediate 10,000 realms draw X1, special. Really, the facts are as expected. The rewards for the tailed beast are exactly the same. But Han's reward is no longer a twin equality contract. Wrong. Not exactly the same. Han's list reward seems a little unusual. Special. Uchiha Ran's eyes narrowed. What kind of special law? I will be remarked by the Jinbang SWAT. Chapter 125 Special Lottery Rewards, Uchiha Ran is broken. Please customize. Previous chapter next chapter advertisement, Intermediate Myriad Realms Lottery, special? What does this special police note mean? Could it be, it's the same mid-level Myriad Realm Lottery, what else could be different? Suddenly looking forward to it. The details that Uchiha Ran noticed, so did everyone else. To be precise, Jinbang is so solemnly bracketed that it is difficult to care about it. After discovering it, I was curious, and everyone was looking forward to the difference in this intermediate level Wenji lottery. Uncle Han, let's draw the lottery. The black soil flew to Han's side, and the dark eyes were full of curiosity and anticipation. With this unusual draw, the total feeling will be different. Han was not in a hurry, but looked at Kakuo. The latter looked up at the honor gold list and said without hesitation, I choose one. Still choose one. Not showing any interest in Gedo statue. Jinbang shot a ray of light. In the light, Kakuo began to transform. Between sushi, it has its own body. Boom! When the transformation was over, a white smoke rose up. Kokuo's voice suddenly disappeared, and out of the white smoke came a young man who was about the size of Han, but looked very handsome. Han, we can fight side by side in the future, said the young man in a hearty voice. Are you Kokuo? Han's exposed eyes filled with surprise. Yes, it's me. The young man smiled heartily, moved his arms to dry, and explained. You won't ignore the transformation technique selected for the reward, right? It is a more powerful technique than your ninja transformation technique, it consumes less and is more difficult to see through. 1. I will definitely transform into a human if I have a chance in the future, and now I will maintain this look to get familiar with the feeling, and maintain the chakra required by the transformation technique, which is nothing to me at all. Congratulations. Han patted Kokuo on the shoulder. There is a twin equality contract, and their relationship is very precise. Looking at the passionate appearance of the two of them, Haidu couldn't help urging, Uncle Han, can you draw a lottery? Hearing this, Han and Kokuo met and smiled, receive award. Advertisement. Han did not keep Black Earth waiting any longer. Jinbang shot down a ray of light and turned into a familiar turntable that appeared in front of the line. There are still 5 areas, marked with props, exercises, secret techniques, bloodlines, talents, inheritance, and pets. It seems that there is nothing special about this particular one. Lottery draw, Han said after careful observation. The hands start to turn, end up in the toolbar. The content of the carousel was instantly transformed, from 5 areas to 10 areas, and the content also changed. Small World Travel Volume 10-3. You can randomly open any small world travel. The stay time does not exceed 24 hours, you can bring others with you, the amount does not exceed 100, and you will be repatriated when you encounter danger or timeout. 2. Low-level World ID Card X2. After going to a certain Hengsha world or a small world, you can use this ID card to obtain a certain amount of luck and become a legal resident of the world. Master Space means can freely travel between the world and this world, and you can pay a certain price, through the power of the Golden List. 3. Low-level World Task Card X1. After going to a certain Hengsha world or a small world, you can use this card to open a main task of the Gold List and certain branch, hidden, special and other tasks, and you can get the Gold List reward after completing the task. 4. Low-level World Immigration Card X3. After going to a certain Hengsha world or small world, you can use this card to stay in this world permanently, or bring residents of this world back to this world. 5. Low-level World Search Card X1. After going to a certain Hengsha world or small world, after using this card, it can display the nearest distance, an item without main luck. 6. Low-level World Copy Card X1. After going to a certain Hengsha world or small world, you can use this card to copy any person's practice, bloodline, props, etc. 7. Low-level World Stealing Card X1. After going to a certain Hengsha world or small world, after using this card, according to the strength comparison of the two sides, there are different probabilities to steal the opponent's skills, blood, props, etc. 8. Low-level World Crossing Gate. After choosing a specific place to place it, you can randomly open the portal to a certain Hengsha world or a small world, and you have the switch and the right to allow both worlds to pass through. 9. Energy Conversion Card. After use, the ability of one's own body can be converted into the purest spiritual power, universal to all worlds. 10. Low-level World Inheritance Card. After going to a certain Hengsha world or small world, you can designate one person to obtain inheritance. The names of 10 items appeared in front of everyone, matching the function of each item. At this moment, the world is silent. Everyone was reading, digesting the information displayed on the dial in shock. These 10 items did not indicate which world they came from, but they had a stronger impact on people's hearts. Even Uchiha Ran felt a shock in his heart at this time, and there was a fiery urge deep in his eyes. Good things, all good things, I want every kind of thing. This time, Uchiha Ran is the real isolate. He knows the rewards of these 10 items better than the average person, and can play a more valuable role. World Travel Scroll, good things to take people through a certain world. With his knowledge of most of the worlds in the world, he organizes people to go there in advance. Even if it is only one day, it is enough to collect most of the precious things in the background of that world. World ID Card. This item is for individuals. If he has this card when he goes to Tiga world, he can get the law of that world, and use the technique of flying thunder gods to travel between that world and the ninja world. One more world development, background, speed, upper limit, etc. will all become different. World Quest Card. Completing the gold ranking task to get the gold ranking reward. For him as a traveler, it is not a district policeman to take advantage of lying in vain. The World Immigration Card is a little bit worse than the Identity Card. The former thinks of changing nationality, while the latter is equivalent to having dual nationality. The World Search Card, which can display the nearest thing with no master luck. It is a good baby if it can be linked with luck, advertisement. World Replica Cards, as the name suggests. Stealing cards is lower than copying cards, and there are things like success rate. Low-level World Through the Door. This is the best among the 10 items in Uchiha Ran's opinion. Permanently opening a portal to a certain world is equivalent to turning that world into a permanent resource strategy site. Since the master holds the portal rights, the parties concerned will definitely be able to obtain corresponding rights and interests. World ID cards, immigration cards, travel vouchers, etc. are just a basic passive function in front of the portal. The energy conversion card is aimed at individuals, and the good and the bad are also seen by the benevolent and the wise. World Heritage cards are better than copy cards, although inheritance requires a process, but the number increases. All in all good stuff, of course. Uchiha Ran did not ignore the low-level words in front of these props, nor did he ignore the Hengsha world and the small world mentioned in the prop description. Obviously, these props have limitations. But even so, for him now, or for all the creatures in the ninja world, it is a rare treasure. Uchiha Ran. 10 things that even I am very excited about, at Han at Dayu. No matter which props your village draws, I and Konoha will show enough sincerity to interwork. Asking will benefit both. I believe you will not either. Refuse. 0 katakana middle dot 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 0 Uchiha Ran took the initiative to speak. It's congratulations, but it's also shocking, intimidating, and suggestive. The subtext is that you have obtained good things, and even I am envious. If you don't work on development, you will be destroyed. But if you are obedient, everyone can enjoy the benefits. Will Iwagakure refuse? Of course not. Konoha now needs to show 12/11ths to reduce Iwagakure's strength. They can't refuse. In turn, this power becomes a booster, and the benefits it can bring are endless. They didn't even bother to refuse. And Uchiha Ran has an extraordinary understanding of the world, and it is definitely more beneficial to conquer the world under his command. From any point of view, it is better to ask questions. It's just about dividing the cake. What Iwagakure has to consider is how to divide and how to get more. Eating alone is suicidal. Konoha has the strength to eat alone, but not. Because what Uchiha Ran thinks is that more people make it easier to make the cake bigger. All in 500,000, won't you choose? Onogi. It's easy to talk, after the 5 Shadows talks. I look forward to 5th Hokage's guidance and get more benefits. Uchiha Ran. It should be, in the new era, ask for a win-win situation. Onogi. It's time for Kuroto to be a secretary at 5th Hokage's side, just in charge of liaison. Advertisement, Uchiha Ran. Yes, the specific interests are divided, it depends on what Hanning can draw, and then we will discuss it. That's how things set the tone. No one doubts Uchiha Ran's current strength. Black Earth. Grandpa, you are finally smart, Z's. Onogi. Black Earth. Lord Ran, ask, what is so special about this mid-level Wenji lottery? Is it good or bad? Uchiha Ran. No, the district policeman depends on whether it is a myriad realm item or a gold list item. Azabui. What does this mean? Uchiha Ran. Ordinary mid-level Wenji lottery, according to the meaning of the golden list, is to increase the variety of rewards, the number of world references, and the excellent upper limit of rewards. But the essence is from the inheritance, props, bloodlines that exist in a certain world in Wenji and many more. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. In this special lottery, the items do not come from a certain world, but can be used in any world, and the functionality is stronger. I see. After Uchiha Ran explained this, and then asked some previous winners about the lottery, things became easy to understand. This is not because people in the ninja world are stupid, but because of their knowledge and perception. That is, the barrier of understanding that arises from the sudden transcendence of cognition. The rewards drawn can be used in myriad realms, and there are indeed some special things about extracting rewards from myriad realms. Start the lottery. Everyone's questions were also answered. Han also calmed down and continued to draw. The pointer kept turning, and finally stopped at 8. The next moment, a golden beam remained, turning into a flashing door in front of Han. This is, winning the biggest prize. Uchiha Ran's eyes lit up. At this time, a voice came from the side, 5th generation, take me. Uchiha Ran looked and saw that it was Tobarama, 2nd generation knows me well. With your prudence and layout, there must be a secret hand, the gate of the world. The old man is also very interested. 19. Then let's go see it together. Uchiha Ran put a hand on Tobarama's shoulder. The next moment, the two disappeared. Crowd. Near the Iwagakure Tsuchikage building, 2 figures appeared. After a few moments, the two came to Han's side. Han, do you know where this door leads? Chapter 126 The World of Cooks, another special intermediate level lottery. Please customize. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Why are you here? Hearing the movement, Han turned his head to look, and his expression couldn't help but be taken aback. Konoha's 2nd Hokage and 5th Hokage, just such a grand rhyme now Iwagakure. It's the technique of Flying Thunder God. The dark eyes of the black soil around Han flickered, and he immediately guessed the reason. As Iwagakure a back garden for Konoha. Onaji's voice came from the sky. Turning around, Tobarama ignored it, and went to the door of light to study it on his own. Scientific research will always carry the spirit of scientific research. In fact, in the entire ninja world, there are a lot of people in the light gate, but they don't have the means of Uchiha Ran. Uchiha Ran didn't care about the light gate, turned his head to look at Onogi, and said with a smile, heroes see the same thing. I always feel that it is a pity that a place like Iwagakure cannot become a tourist destination. The garden is good. 33. Double entendre indicates that Iwagakure is already a Konoha place. Onogi received Uchiha Ran's hockey head on, and he was a little angry for a while. Although he has accepted the fact that the ninja world is about to be unified, he is the current Tsuchikage, and the self-hidden village is treated as if he is from the back garden, and he is not happy. 963. Kedin met Uchiha Ran's dark eyes that revealed white light, and he had no reason to feel cold in his heart. Uchiha Ran feels the same to him now as he did when he met Uchiha Madara with second Tsuchikage, and even more so. Although his strength is different now, there's a gap in the level. Good idea for 5th Hokage. Onogi buried all the thoughts and emotions in his heart, and said with a smile. Iwagakure in the future will be the first stop to go to another world and the arrival of people from other worlds. Once developed, the entire ninja world will shine on its face. This is a dark poke that wants to keep the world portal drawn by Han in Iwagakure. Even if you know that the ninja world is about to be unified. But Onogi knows that people in different regions will be different, and the power to compete must be fought. There used to be 5 hidden villages sitting on one side of 5 statues, fighting with each other. In the future, they may become big elephants fighting each other in one place. The way will change Akatsuki, but for herself and her people will remain the same. As for the 5 big countries, small countries, and some hidden villages, Oyemu has ignored them. In the Golden List era, your economy is destined to be restricted to the hidden village. Fist is the last word. Advertisement, then 3rd Tsuchikage will have to work hard to develop Iwagakure. Uchiha Ran smiled, not in a hurry to compete with Onogi. World portal, with the first, there will be a second. Myriad worlds simply refer to the existence of countless worlds in the heavens. No one knows where the portal to the world that Han has obtained now is connected, so there is no need to rush for it. Unless it is an extremely precious world. Onogi was a little surprised that Uchiha Ran suddenly weakened Akatsuki's aggressiveness, but in his opinion it was a good thing. He immediately smiled and said to Han. Han, 5th Hokage personally came to Iwagakure to ask, we can't be slack. What world does this world portal lead to? Say the rhyme and see if 5th Hokage understands. Yes, Lord 3rd Generation. Han nodded to Onogi, then reached out to touch the light. After receiving all the information, he said solemnly, across the gate of light is a world of Hengsha, 99. I can choose to open and close this door at any time, and anyone who wants to pass through this door needs my authorization. I am qualified to set up tickets, and those who have tickets can pass without my consent when the portal is opened. I can immediately master the languages of the world behind the portal, and if there are many languages, the 3 most spoken will be inherited. 9. The door now stands here by default, but I have the right to change positions every other year, and then I have to wait at least another year. When I die, the portal will disappear. Finally, the name of the world behind the portal. The spirit of eating halberds. The spirit of eating halberd? Uchiha Ran raised an eyebrow. When he heard that behind the door that Han owned was just a world of Hengsha, his interest was much less, but at this moment he was hooked up a lot. People have strengths and weaknesses, planets have sizes, and there are stars and galaxies, and the world has sizes, which is completely understandable. Hengsha world is undoubtedly at the bottom of the world. As far as the power system is concerned, the ninja world is at least a small world. As for whether it can be more powerful, it depends on where the upper limit of the Otsutsuki clan is, or if there are races in the universe that are stronger than Otsutsuki. The world of Hengsha is mostly a world of ordinary people. Although the master may have a peace weapon, it cannot change the fact that he is weak. There was little temptation for him Uchiha. However, the world of the spirit of eating halberds should be a cautionary tale. He has many faces in Hokage, but none of them are really good at cooking. Even if you are good at it, it is Japanese material. This chef of the spirit of eating halberds is even more outrageous than the ninjas in the ninja world. The comparison between the good and the bad of cooking is comparable to the performance of the spring medicine. As a more or less foodie, he is very interested in this world. Advertisement. Although this world is based on the main location of a school in the island country's eastern capital, Kyushu cuisine is definitely not weak. Even in that academy, he remembered a beautiful woman in Cheongsam named Miyoko Hojo, who was introduced to Chinese cuisine, with great talent and strength in cooking. At that time, you can hire the chef Danmei first. Tian Shihui is also good. There is also the eldest lady's tongue of God, which goes against common sense, so let's taste it first. But these are later stories. Uchiha Ran smiled and said indifferently. It turned out to be the world of the spirit of eating halberds. It seems that there will be good luck in the future. Listening to the world of 5th Hokage, do you have an understanding of the world opposite the portal? Onogi asked impatiently, making no secret of the fiery eyes in his eyes. All over the ninja world, people who also followed the progress of the matter through the Jinbang live broadcast room also agreed to show their expectant expressions. But immediately, they became suspicious. Han has already received the reward. Why is the screen in the Jinbang live room still on Rock Shinobi's side? Between doubts, everyone looked at the honorary gold list and said, sure enough. Mouth next on the list are the Four Tails Monkey King and his Jinchuriki. Obviously, Lao Zi has returned to Iwagakure at this time. I do know the world of the spirit of halberd eater, even better than the natives of that world. That world is a world where chefs are respected, and there are countless delicacies. Is there any special power? If you don't think about cooking, it's hard to say if you think about cooking. After all, in that world, cooking can be made into medicine for spring. For the specific information, I will sort it out after the announcement of the summoning beast ranking today, and we will talk about it when the 5 Shadows talk is held. 33. Uchiha Ran spoke out some information and sufficed everyone's interest in the spirit of eating halberds. But no matter how many details, he certainly wouldn't be stupid enough to reveal it in public. Next, let's ask Four Tails Jinchuriki to collect the reward. Uchiha Ran smiled and looked somewhere. Lao Zi was standing there with the 4 Monkey Kings, watching him and Sugar Hand Tobirama with vigilance. Oyagi regretted that he couldn't get more information, but Uchiha Ran said so. He didn't ask any further. He turned to Lao Zi and said, "Old man, it's your turn." "My luck is no worse than Han." Old Zi walked up with a stinky face, obviously still disliking Oyemu.
If it wasn't for Iwagakure still in his heart, and seeing that the future of the ninja world was going to be different, he would never return to the village.
"Dude, you go first." Lao Zi gave Four Tails' son Wukong a look. "It is good." Four Tails nodded, then chose one. Its list reward is the same as the previous 6-tailed beasts. Advertisement and Lao Zi's rewards are the same as Han's, all of which are intermediate level lottery draws, special. Ah, a ray of light from Jinbang covered the 4 tails. Wisdom Tobirama also cast his gaze over. Watching a tailed beast become flesh and blood is completely different from watching it through a screen. Under the watchful eyes of countless people, 4 tails also went through a process. Wait until it's all over. Lao Zi didn't rush to draw the lottery, but looked at Uchiha Ran and asked, "Fifth Hokage, don't you mind telling me what is Hengsha World and what is Small World?" One of his problems caused many people to perk up their ears and concentrate. The Hengsha World and the Small World mentioned by the Jinbang Special Police, how could they keep an eye on them no matter what? It's not a secret that can't be told. Hengsha World .4.0, Small World. Uchiha Ran smiled, but did not refuse, and explained the world class in his own understanding. After listening to it, everyone felt that they benefited a lot. Difficult Tobirama digested the information and asked curiously, "Then what level of police are we in the ninja world?" "I'm not really sure about that." Uchiha Ran shook his head and said, "It can definitely be regarded as the top in the small world. As for whether it can reach the category of the middle world, it depends on Otsutsuki's strength." 99. Otsutsuki Hamura. Otsutsuki Hagoromo. Otsutsuki Kagaya. 5th Hokage, thank you for clarifying. Lao Zi thanked him very much and then received the reward. The golden list fell and the light curtain turned into a turntable. "Start the lottery," Lao Zi said. The hands started to turn. Under the gaze of countless people, he finally stayed in the talent area. Talent. Uchiha Ran held his chin with his hand and showed a very interested expression. It is not a talent drawn from all worlds, it is to give the talent that can face all worlds. What will it be? Chapter 127 10 Tempting Talents, the Real Strength Ranking of Tail Beasts, Subscription. Previous chapter Next chapter Advertisement 1. Low-level energy adaptation. After entering most worlds, you can convert your own power into this world power, or you can use your own master power perfectly in this world. 2. Low-level luck and love. After entering the Hengsha world, the small world or even the middle world, you will not be rejected by the will of the world or the way of heaven. As your strength becomes stronger or you do things that are beneficial to the world, your luck will gradually increase, and you will be loved by God. Turn bad luck into good luck.
3. The fate of the low-level king entering the Hengsha world or small world, with the ability to open up a party, with leadership talent, invisible to attract people, and the probability of awakening special abilities such as the pirate world conqueror's haki.
4. Low-level Heaven's Blessing 5. Low-level Identity Plunder. When entering Hengsha, small world, there is a probability to replace the identity of a small person. 6. Low-level Charming Body. Not affected by the rules of the world, after entering Hengsha, the small world can still maintain constant charm. 7. Low-level Gluttony Talent. Any Hengsha, food in the small world can be eaten, not afraid of being acclimatized. 8. Low-level Environment Adaptation. Enter any Hengsha, small world can adapt to this world environment. 9. Low-level Language Summoning. Enter any Hengsha, small world can master the language with the largest number of languages in this world. 10. Low-level Aura Damage. Entering any Hengsha, small world, there are changes to break the opponent's special power field. The names of the 10 talents are revealed on the turntable with commentary. Every talent is eye-catching. At least, Uchiha Ran wanted it all. For example, the first talent, Energy Adaptation.
I still remember a certain rough world. There are countless lower planes attached, one of which is called Dochi Continent 03. After Xiao Huahuo, the protagonist of Qi Luck, became Emperor Yan, he flew into the world of big pots, and the Dochi in his body was assimilated into spiritual energy. Adapted and fell into a crisis, thanks to the help of the Luotian clan's patriarch to escape the disaster.
He also traveled through the Tiga world and the otherworld living world that started from zero. Although he could use his own Zerira, he was faintly hindered and could not use the Sage mode. With the Energy Adaptation talent, you won't have to worry about this happening. The second talent, Luck and Love, is also very powerful. The more powerful the world, the more luck it is. Even if the ninja world doesn't have the saying of the Child of Destiny. The third talent, Uchiha Ran doesn't really care because he is confident that he has a stronger destiny. The fourth talent is equivalent to getting some information about the world, such as the world view, such as who the Child of Fortune is, and he doesn't care much. Other abilities also have their own advantages and disadvantages. If he wants to choose, it is best to get the first two, and the others are similar. Start the lottery. Lao Zi carefully read the contents on the turntable, with undisguised scorching in his eyes. Of these 10 talents, he wants all of them. Advertisement. But he also knows that there can only be one, and it depends on luck. What? The pointer finally stops at 8. Low-level Environment Adaptation. The ability is to enter any hangsha, and the small world can adapt to this world environment. This reward is neither good nor bad. This reward is good. In the future, Your Excellency Lao Zi can be a pioneer in exploring the new world, and even go to some places with harsh environments to find opportunities and benefits. Uchiha Ran congratulated from the bottom of his heart.
Hearing this, Lao Zi smiled heartily and said, I hope 5th Hokage will give some opportunities at that time.
Definitely. Uchiha Ran grinned. The tool person who delivered it to the door, the fool continued to refuse.
Boom. As Lao Zi finished accepting the reward, the golden bell rang. The person on the list is the son of Luo Sha, who has been on the list once, and Gaara, the candidate for Fengying.
The art of summoning. Gaara summons a lowest servant with a spell print pattern all over his body.
8th place. One-tail show crane, one of the 9 Zalas that Otsutsuki Hagoromo rhymed from 10 Tales in Sage of 6 Paths in ancient times, is a Luo with a full-body spell print case, good at using wind style and magnet style sealing techniques.
Life contract. Gaara. One-tail Shuhei is on the list.
No one was surprised. Open black lens bracket Yang 9 Tails. Ming, Shuhei, I didn't expect you to recognize your Jinchuriki. Quote.
Shuhei. I don't have any kid Gaara around here, my uncle is called Mutual Benefit. Open black lens bracket Yin 9 Tails. Spray, Shuhei, Jinbang is fair and just, your strength is after me and Yuki. You still remember to be called eldest brother, second brother.
Yuki. Yes, Shuhei and Jinbang have all announced their rankings, so accept your fate. Quote. Shuhei. Shameless, Kurama, you got half of 10 Tails chakra, Yuki also has more than me, this is ahead of me, otherwise you are also worthy of fighting with Uncle Shuhei. I didn't see chakra among the same tailed beasts, this uncle ranked first, close black lens bracket.
Shuhei expressed dissatisfaction. As long as Chara was evenly divided back then, it thought that it could sit firmly in the position of the eldest brother. Shuhei. What is the number of tails that represents strength? It's nonsense. Excluding the two of you who have more than one Chara, the weakest one is Chomei's 7 tails. It can be seen that the two of you should be at the bottom. Kurama, you are cheating, now following the front row. Chomei. So that's what happened. That's how I came to the bottom. Kurama, Yuki, you are no longer my eldest brother and second brother. Advertisement open black lens bracket Maple. Chomei, are you my tail beast or 4th Raikage's tail beast? Close black lens bracket. 4th generation I. How can I be dragged into this man when he eats melons silently? Open black lens bracket Killer B. Idiot brother, this is the portrait, let's say you are stupid. Open black lens bracket Yang 9 Tails. The process is not important, you can only blame you for not being as smart as me back then, but now the fact is that Yuki and I are better than you. Open black lens bracket Yuki. Yes, facts speak louder than words. Shuhei. If you have the same amount of Chara, I will beat you up, and if you get a bargain, you can have fun, my uncle Love is the boss. The many-tailed beasts, Shuhei to be exact, Yuki and 9 Tails 3 Tails beasts started a heated debate on who is the eldest brother. Uchiha Ran saw all this in his eyes, and finally understood why Shuhei was so bad with 9 Tails, and why 9 Tails always had the feeling of being cheap and good when facing Shuhei. The original source of the problem is this. Speaking of which, with the same amount of chakra, it's not necessarily that 1 tail Shukaku is the strongest. 7 Tails Reborn is Ming's only flying-tailed beast. It has air ducts, and can use scale powder to hide and interfere with the opponent's vision. 6 Tails Saiken has Lava Style, which is the most suitable tailed beast of Terumi Mei, but its strength is really weak, and the corrosive solution attack is very simple. After that, 2 Tails Matabi has Fire Style, 3 Tails Isofu has Waterway, 4 Tails Sun Wukong has Lava Style, and 5 Tails Kakuo has Boil Style. Matabi is a cat demon, flexible in action, sharp in attack, and understandably stronger than Saiken. Water overcomes fire, 3 Tails is above the second tail. Boil Style and Lava Style in turn restrain the Waterway, and 4 Tails and 5 Tails are naturally stronger. As far as 4 Tails is stronger than 5 Tails, I think it's about the same. 8 Tails Gyuki also has Water Style, but is obviously stronger than Matabi, and has special abilities such as Ink Seal, Regenerated Tail, and Tail Substitute, and its strength should be higher than 4 Tails 5 Tails. On the other hand, 1 Tail Shuhei has 2 attributes of Wind Style and Magnetic Flux. Among them, Magnet Style can also perform sealing techniques that are very powerful to tail beasts. In addition, it will also have a lot of Sand Dun Ninjutsu and Wind Style Ninjutsu. When a set of boxing comes down, it must be strong. 9 Tails itself is quite mediocre, except for the physical means. It is the Tail Beast Jade, the continuous Tail Beast Jade, and the Tail Beast Jade advanced version of the Tail Beast Gun. However, after becoming the help of Jinchuriki, 9 Tails has more functions. It can add Golden Fairy Chara Code to the Tailed Beast Eye's Jinchuriki, perceive maliciousness, deploy its own Shirella to give others, and obtain the ability to blink, etc., which is relatively strong. So in the case of Chara points, 9 Tails Jinchuriki is the strongest, but the Tailed Beast itself is ranked in strength. 1 Tail can really compete. There is a chance in the future to grab the Otsutsuki-style small 10 Tails 963, and then give Shuhei a little more Chishala ceiling, and see who is stronger than 9 Tails. It's going to be fun to think about, Uchiha Ran thought to himself. At this time, the information after the name of Kim Wood expulsion changed. Advertisement summoning beast reward selection 1. Have a body that matches the strength of Chara, and master the art of change. 2. Transformable ghetto statue contractors reward, twin equal contract. I choose 1. In the sealed space in Gaara's abdomen, Shuhei didn't bother to quarrel with Nine Tails anymore, and made a choice excitedly. The reason for showing so much excitement is not only because of the real flesh and blood, but also because of the reward that Gaara is about to receive. Twin equality contract. Although after signing this contract, Jinchuriki's own power will be demanded by Jinchuriki, and he will be forced to communicate with each other, and become a summoning beast. But life and death will no longer be bound, and he can be free. Just this, Shuhei was very excited. Finally, it can finally go out and have fun. There are no temples in this world that people can stay in. Gold list rewards are issued. In Gaara's body, Shuhei had a body and immediately transformed into a young man. Seeing this, Gaara didn't have a head iron, and immediately signed and received the twin equality contract, and then opened the seal and released Shuhei. Yo! The golden bell rang again. The rhyme is Killer Bee. The art of summoning. A giant bull with 2 horns on its head and an octopus tentacle tail on its back. 7th place. Yuki Life Pact, Killer Bee. The live screen switched and came to Cloud Shinobi Village. In a sea of rocks and mountains, the Gyuki hook is now in front of everyone. Killer Bee's voice came out of nowhere, holding a microphone in his hand. Seeing this, Uchiha Ran silently exited the live broadcast room, then raised his wrist, stared at the watch and started counting the seconds. 60, 59. Chapter 128. Women in the ninja world are crazy. There are 2 Kurama contractors? Previous chapter. Next chapter advertisement. 58, 57. Uchiha Ran watched the second hand beat silently. Seeing this scene, Heitu leaned forward curiously, and asked with a crooked neck, Master Ran, what are you doing? Uchiha Ran glanced at her subconsciously. This angle. The career line is a bit pitiful. It can only be said that the little sister still needs to work hard, not to mention that she has grown to the level of Izabui, Tsunade, Terumi Mei and the others, but at least to the level of Shizune and Azuki Yuyan, otherwise it will affect the overall score. But those legs do give heaven-defying extra points. I just avoid noise pollution in my ears. Retracting his gaze without a trace, Uchiha Ran explained warmly. This Killer Bee, nicknamed the Killer Bee, is a concert host. I don't know if the people in Cloud Shinobi Village have been abused, but they all like it. I can't accept it, so I won't be baptized. So, Black Earth's beautiful eyebrows fluttered. Uchiha Ran's secretive appearance aroused her curiosity. How much ribbon cutting can this 5th Hokage's dreaded singing be? Heitu couldn't hold back his curiosity, and ran to the Jinbang live broadcast room to take a look.
Then, there is no then. It's incredible that Cloud Shinobi Village has been around forever. 97 Black Earth size.
On the side, I also went to the live broadcast room to satisfy the curious Tobarama, Onogi and Lao Zi, who all nodded in agreement.
Where is this concert? It's a murder party. 1 minute is over quickly.
Updated information after Jin Wood expulsion name.
Summoning beast reward selection. Have a body that matches your own chakra strength, the master change technique, and the basic form ability to kill the teacher once.
2. Can transform into ghetto statue, 10 tails body, become the master consciousness, devour other tailed beasts to become stronger, and successfully transform into human beings, for the 6 paths level.
Contractor's reward. Twin equal contract. Just as 2-tailed Jinchuriki guessed by Wooden Golem, Contractor Killer Bee is rewarded with a twin equal contract, and the summoning beast is mutually beneficial.
However, compared to the previous few tailed beasts, 8 tails Gyuki's list option 1 reward has been improved a little. In addition to the body and transformation techniques, he can also draw a lottery and the ability to kill the teacher's tight form. Gyuki. The reward and treatment of this uncle has been improved. Matabi. It should be related to the fact that you have more chara than us. In addition to the top ranking, the treatment has been adjusted upwards. Jeo. Sure enough, we have to look at the amount of Zara. Shuhei. Wipe, the good mood of my uncle regaining his freedom is gone.
Yang 9 tails. In this way, the reward and treatment for this uncle to be on the list will be better. Laughs out loud.
Shozu. Damn, it's Kurama, the sly fox. I really don't know how there is a guy like you. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Otsutsuki Hagoromo. Shozuru, do you have any opinion on this old man? Close black lens bracket. Shuhei. Old man, I am not convinced, you are biased. Otsutsuki Hagoromo. Well, when I knew about this, Charlie Laura was already in harmony with your origin, and the division was also to give Kurama a few more brothers. Advertisement, Show Crane. Damn, it's Fox. Close black lens bracket, Yang 9 tails. Ha ha ha, it doesn't matter what you say, the next is the era of strong and ever strong, the gap between you and me will get farther and farther, Rui Ruarui, tongue sticks out.
Shuhei. I'm so mad at me, I must surpass you. Open black lens bracket Yang 9 tails. Impossible, close corner bracket.
Open black lens bracket Shuhei. Anything is possible. Open black lens bracket Yang 9 tails. Then I am more likely than you. The old one and the old 9 quarreled again. Everyone looked at it with gusto. Don't you want to go to the live room to hear Killer Bee sing?
At this time, near the dragon vein, Successfully sniping Sand Shinobi for betrayal and forbearance, controlled it with Mangekyo Sharingan, and stopped at Uchiha Madara who was returning to Konoha. His eyes were full of thought. Nine Tails is on the list, the contractor should be me.
The contract of life is in front of the contract of blood, and the latter is more compatible with the conditions of summoning beasts. If I become a person on the list, won't I be resurrected directly and have the eye of reincarnation again? Feeling that everything was possible, Uchiha Madara decided to wait. If he can revive on his own, he can take more initiative in the deal with Uchiha Ran.
Speaking of which, this guy sings really badly. Uchiha Madara glanced at the live room, where Killer Bee was still intoxicated. He Konoha's generation dance king, his whole body is not good. Onogi. At 4th generation tell your brother to end it soon, the lottery is over, understand? Open black lens bracket 4th generation Killer Bee sings so well, tickets were in short supply when I held a concert in Cloud Shinobi Village, now you can listen to it for free.
Kalui. You really have no taste. Open black lens bracket Wei Show Hashirama. These are all concert tickets in short supply. If I open a Ninja World Tour concert, wouldn't the venue be full? Eyes light up. Open black lens bracket Tsunade. Great idea, grandfather, I support you. Tsunade's inner abacus jingled. With the decline of the Rough Show family and the abandonment of her Rough Show princess, most of the properties of the Sang Show family have been sold except for the core houses of the clan. Some of the money sold was embezzled by Sarutobi Hizen, but more was sold by her in the past few decades. Speaking of Moby Dick, now the Huisho family has no money except for a few sets of real estate. If the rope tree is resurrected in the future, will it be forced by money? Although she could reach out and ask her brother-in-law Uchiha Ran, thinks herself, to ask for it, but it doesn't sound good. If the Potter Hashirama has a concert, won't the money come as soon as the tickets are collected? She knew that when those temples hosted Buddhist meetings, the money for sesame oil from those believers was astronomical. Uchiha Ran. If Madara is willing to accompany the dancers, I think the tickets can be set higher. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. My dancing is so valuable. No, Taimiao actually wants me to dance with Hashirama. Impossible, absolutely impossible, and I wouldn't do it if I were killed. Open black lens bracket Luo Show Hashirama. Madara, do you still remember the time when the Daming Lake? Was it the big pillar for the shooting range by the creek? Open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. Can you use words? It's called urine, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Uzumaki Mito. Okay you guys, this time, I really gave up. Advertisement open black lens bracket Hashirama. Mito, can't you see that all I do is to make money for you to buy bags later? Open black lens bracket Uzumaki Mito. What is buying a bag? Glamour Hashirama, luxury goods. Open black lens bracket Uzumaki Mito. What is luxury? Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket Tsunade. Bags X33, lipstick X99, cosmetic kits X9, and some small accessories, clothes, necklaces and earrings. I will not send them, and any luxury goods are just small things sent by Daikun. Finger. Ayuki Shion. Bro, that bag with only 9 pieces, there are actually 2 in Tsunade-sama. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Yamanaka Ino. Wow, I have wanted that lipstick number for a long time, Mr. Tsunade private chat. Black soil. It's a custom black silk, Mr. Tsunade, please cover. Open black lens bracket Azabui. Tsunade-sama, I don't know which of the business line cover you have. I heard that it was designed by Ran-sama. I want it, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Chirumi Mei. Tsunade's sister, fairy sister, limited 3 sets of cosmetic set, can I transfer it? Please beg. Open black lens bracket Kakuzu. Everyone, pay attention, my Kyushu Chamber of Commerce is about to launch its anniversary. All luxury goods will be discounted 20%, and if you buy a certain amount, you can buy back a limited amount of money. Please pay attention to the notification. A group of women. Must, close corner bracket. Open black lens bracket red Yuhi. Ran-kun, why didn't you send me as many as Tsunade-sama? Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. I want to have candlelight dinner tonight. Open black lens bracket red Yuhi. I do. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. The Otherworld sailor suit that I gave you last time. Open black lens bracket Yuhihong. I wear it. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. Be good, if you are missing a list, I will fill it up for you. Open black lens bracket Yuhihong. What? Open black lens bracket Yamanaka Ino. Ran-kun, I can too. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. You are still young. J open black lens bracket Japanese Hanabi. Sister, you will grow up soon. Open black lens bracket Hinata. Why me? Plays with fingers. Japanese Hanabi. I am too far from adulthood at the age of 16. Crying. Midori Anko. Actually, I can. Uyue Shion. Ran-sama, please clear the shopping list for me too. Women are crazy. In the Pure Land world, countless women such as Uchiha Makoto, Uzumaki Mito, Uzumaki Kushina and so on swallowed their saliva. They really feel that times have changed. This is a luxury that I have never heard of before. But, just look at the picture and want it. 66 had a bad hunch. 99 wrapped his hands around Hashirama and touched his forehead. In the state of reincarnation, why is there a chilly feeling behind it? This Kakuzu, it really is a personal scene. Uchiha Ran smiled. It is estimated that the businessmen of this world are envious. Advertisement Jinbang advertising, is it not the king of advertising? Too bad they couldn't speak. However, in the future, there may be opportunities to advertise with a lot of money to buy speeches?
It is estimated that the gold list will be limited. Uchiha Ran thought interestingly.
At this point, Killer Bee stopped singing. It's not that I don't want to sing, but watching the decreasing number of people online in the live broadcast room, I lost interest. This group of people is sick, and the crooked buildings do not know where they're going. Abba, you can claim the reward. Killer Bee was unwilling to even rap with Chen Shan. In life, Nuo Wanghao has lost motivation. I choose. Yuki observed a second of silence for Killer Bee, and then received the reward with Chong Chong. The next moment, it begins to generate a body. When everything is over, it casts the spell of change. Boom. As the smoke rose, a strong man stood beside Killer Bee. At this moment, a light fell, forming a turntable in front of Yuki. It says, 1. Sonic flight, the power of master flight, the speed can reach the speed of sound. 2. Lubricating liquid, lubricate air, solidify moisture, prevent yourself from being slow due to water absorption. 3. Ear perception, ear hearing is greatly increased, forming a radar effect. 4. Peeling defense, can peel once a month, can resist explosion damage. 5. Liquefaction, as the name suggests, it can be turned into liquid action. Lottery, Killer Bee decided to draw the lottery. The pointer finally rested on 3. What a pity, Yuki sighed. Let him choose, if he wants 1 or 5, 4 is fine. Unfortunately no luck. Boom, the golden bell rang. This time, the image of the person on the list did not appear, but a line of text appeared. Gold list tip. Due to special reasons, there are 2 acquiescence contractors of summoning on the list this time. 2. Uchiha Madara frowned. Probably because I'm in reincarnation right now. 99. That cheap bastard. Chapter 129 Madara was slapped in the face, and Kurama became 2 disguised men and women. Subscribe. Previous chapter next chapter advertisement. No, I have to make Hashirama envious. If there is only 1 contractor on the list, Uchiha Madara will not be in a hurry to show off no matter how confident and cautious she is. What if there was an accident and he didn't make it to the list? For example, he is currently in a state of reincarnation and is not recognized. But since there are 2 people on the list, there must be one of him. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. Hashirama, I will be resurrected, the police envy. Open black lens bracket Wei Shou Hashirama. What? Madara, you actually resurrected? Open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. 9 Tails is on the list. As its owner, isn't it natural to resurrect? Brilliant hand Hashirama. Damn it, I knew that I should have signed a contract with every tailed beast. Close black lens bracket. Crowd-tailed beasts. Poly first generation movie. Fortunately, you foolishly didn't do that, otherwise, wouldn't we be miserable? It doesn't seem to be a loss, after all, the tailed beast was given for nothing. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. Hashirama, in fact, I have this guy, 100 feet, in my hand. Let Ranboy help me to use the reincarnation technique, and I can also revive me. Luo Sha. This is my Sanagakir's rebellion. Mother-in-law Yandai. Beizu is indeed not weak, but he is barely able to reach cage level. Shouldn't he be able to resurrect the ninja world Shira? Open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. I am not interested in explaining your doubts to you. Anyway, the current Beizu is barely qualified. Yan Shou Hashirama. Madara, so your body is still there? Open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. Why do you think so? Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket wisdom hand Hashirama. Reincarnation can't be used for those who have corpses. Proud. Open black lens bracket wisdom Tobarama. Nissan, is it okay for you to be embarrassed by 4th Raikage? Open black lens bracket 4th generation I. Why mention me again? Open black lens bracket beautiful hand Hashirama. What do you mean? Hand in hand with Tobarama. How did I come back to life? Open black lens bracket Hashira Hashirama. Not Sanagakir's cage level powerhouse rough generation reincarnated by reincarnation. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. Idiot. Open black lens bracket Wei Shou Hashirama. Aha. Aha ha ha. 967 forgot. Then Madara, you can actually be resurrected with the gold medal. Why don't you give me this one called Beizu, eyes hint. Seeing this sentence, many people's eyes changed slightly. The god of the ninja world is resurrected, and Konoha is going to become stronger again. But big and quickly accepted. Now for the Konoha, adding sugar hand Hashirama is just the icing on the cake. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. Call daddy. Open black lens bracket beautiful hand Hashirama. What? Open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. You, call me daddy. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket wisdom Hashirama. Madara, you are too much. Close black lens bracket. Advertisement open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. Call me dad, and Beizu will give it to you. Open black lens bracket beautiful hand Hashirama. Uchiha Madara. According to my analysis, under reincarnation, the list you can get on is limited. It is not easy to have such a cage-level powerhouse who can meet the conditions for resurrecting you. There is no such store in this village. Open black lens bracket beautiful hand Hashirama. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. First generation, have you ever called? Otherwise it is someone who fetches water from a bamboo basket and throws leaves. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. Die boy, what do you mean? Uchiha Ran. Wait and see. After the gold list prompts, the countdown is 1 minute. There are only a few seconds left. Everyone showed curious expressions. Lord Madara, you are still too young. A playful smile appeared on Uchiha Ran's face. Yo! The golden bell rang. That's when a figure emerged. At first glance, I didn't recognize the rhyme, but I can be sure that it is not Uchiha Madara, because the master of the figure has blonde hair. Soon, everyone confirmed the identity of this person. It is Uzumaki Naruto. However, Uzumaki Naruto, who should have grown up a bit, feels completely different. Snapped. Uzumaki Naruto stretched out his hook and waved his right hand to the side. Immediately after, a figure appeared. The owner of this figure was recognized by many people at a glance. Wearing a Hokage robe with a sunny smile, he is a handsome man with blonde hair just like Uzumaki Naruto. Fourth Hokage Namikaze Minato. Boom. Namikaze Minato hooked his left fist and touched Naruto's. Boom. The clothes of the two father and son are automatic without wind, with a golden light rising, turning into the golden fairy Chara coat. Powerful, handsome, fiery, dazzling, but it didn't end there. Boom. Behind the two fathers and sons rose the figure of the nine-tails fox. The one behind Namikaze Minato is dark red, and the one behind Naruto is orange red. Represents yin and yang. Ming, my half-body.
The two nine-tails smiled face to face. Advertisement. This is the end of the three-dimensional image, and it has turned into a streamer that shoots the gold list and the summoning beast list.
6th place. Kurama, divided into yin and yang. Life contract. Namikaze Minato. Life contract. Uzumaki Naruto. The listing information clearly emerges. At this moment, the world seems to have become extremely quiet. Until Tanshu Hashirama came back to his senses. Beautiful hand Hashirama. Ah Madara, this is what you said about being resurrected. You are not even on the list. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. This is impossible. This beast was completely dominated by me back then and used as a summoning beast. And Obito also taught me to have this ability. How could it not be me who is the contractor? Open black lens bracket Uchiha Obito. According to you, shouldn't it be me? Open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. Kamui is really good, but not worth mentioning in front of me. Uchiha Obito. But at least I'm still alive. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. Uchiha Madara. I understand, it's because I'm in a state of reincarnation, I'm a living dead person, and I won't be accepted by the golden list. Otherwise, the contractor of nine tails must be me. Beautiful hand Hashirama. You didn't have to be resurrected anyway. Gloat, close black lens bracket. Yan Sho Tobarama. Big brother, you. Forget it, let it go. Beautiful hand Hashirama. Did I say something wrong again? Shocked. Uchiha Madara. Idiot, I resurrected on behalf of the 100 feet can be used to resurrect you, although you may want to call me dad, and now, your chance of resurrection is gone. Beautiful hand Tobarama. Not only that, reincarnation cannot be on the gold list, and the dead must be more difficult to get on. Unless there is a list for the dead in the Pure Land, it will be very difficult for you to resurrect, brother. After all, the strength of the resurrected person or the level of Chara volume, etc., must reach the level of Hashirama's inferior, Adia, and he will be able to resurrect him. And there are not many such people in the ninja world. There are a few. Why sacrifice themselves to resurrect Hashirama? Open black lens bracket beautiful hand Hashirama. Yang nine tails. Madara is spicy, I have endured you for a long time. Uchiha Madara. Continue to hold me back. Yang nine tails. Haha, this time is different from the past, I'm going to be on the list. Even Yuki's reward is more than Shuhei and the others, even if I get half points, it will be much higher, you think I will be afraid of you. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. Animals are animals, and they have the opportunity to turn over in their entire lives. Open black lens bracket yin nine tails. You wait for me, Madara is spicy. Nine tails, who believes that the reward for being on the list will be quite generous, has soared in self-confidence at this time, and decided to regain his dignity in front of Uchiha Madara. At this point, the 1 minute countdown ends. Information update after ranking. Summoning Beast Reward Selection 1. Yin and Yang nine tails each derived a new half-body to become a new individual, and has a body that matches the strength of Chara and transforms into a shape. The police and Namikaze Minato and Uzumaki Naruto signed a twin equality contract. 2. The half-body asks the body, and signs a twin equality contract with Namikaze Minato and Uzumaki Naruto at the same time, has a transformed Gedo statue, 10 tails body, becomes the master consciousness, devours other tailed beasts or natural abilities can become stronger. Chara can change shape when enough, 6 paths level. Contractor rewards. Uzumaki Naruto. Advanced resurrection card, can revive people who have been dead for less than 20 years. Advertisement Namikaze Minato. Resurrected and possessed the physique of wisdom, beginner development. As Nine Tails thought, its rewards are better than other 8 Tails beasts and much better. Option 1. Each derived a new half-body to become a brand new individual, which means that there will be 2 nine-tails from today, and it is well known that only 9 tails is equivalent to the sum of the 4-tailed beast's chara. The sum of 2 9-tails is almost the sum of the chara of 10 tails. Having a body that matches the strength of chara and transforming into shape, this reward is the same as other tailed beasts. But it is actually a reward for more 9 tails of chara, not to mention that it can directly transform into a human. The sub-police signed a twin equality contract with Namikaze Minato and Uzumaki Naruto, which is equivalent to giving freedom. This reward is not bad. As for the half-body of option 2, and signing a twin equality contract with Namikaze Minato and Uzumaki Naruto at the same time, it can only be said that within the routine, the ghetto statue seen with transformable shape is the big head. Because, unlike other tailed beasts that can only devour other tailed beasts to grow, 9 tails can also become stronger by absorbing natural energy. This is what became the real 10 tails. What's more, it can still be transformed into a human. Both options are quite generous. At least, the other 8 tails in Jinchuriki were all red-eyed. However, Kurama, who was the client, was not happy. The rewards of these 2 options are indeed very good, but they represent a lot of potential, not a lot of strength at once, and he is still a rookie in front of Uchiha Madara. For example, option 1, become 2 9 tails, have a body, and transform into a human. But as far as Uchiha is concerned, it just changed from staring to staring. From controlling 1 9 tails to controlling 2. As for option 2, it won't be a Uchiha Madara opponent until changeling. No, I can't be a beast anymore. The second option is to change from animal 9 tails to domestic animal 10 tails. I absolutely don't want to do this, and even if I can improve my strength through myself, Yuki and the others will still have grudges. This option is sent. Choose one. After having a body and transforming into a human, the promotion of genjutsu can increase a lot. Yin-Yang Kurama's mind was spinning fast, within the sealed space. They looked at each other and read each other's, their, thoughts. Choose one. 2 Kurama's Duhook selection. Jinbang immediately shot a ray of light. In the sealed space, the 2 9 tails Zerrieres began to grow rapidly, forming along with their bodies. Wait until it's all over. Boom, 2 white mists rose, and a charismatic blonde man and blonde beauty emerged from the fog. Yin and Yang 9 tails became a man and a woman 9 tails. Full of charm. When LSP saw the blonde beauty, his eyes instantly straightened. Uchiha Ran's eyes moved. This is Uzumaki Naruto? Chapter 130 The Resurrection of Namikaze Minato and Yukina, a family of 5 candy gatherings, customize. Previous chapter next chapter advertisement inside the Hokage office in Konoha village. Uchiha Ran came back here as soon as 9 tails was on the list, just in case something unexpected happened. Uzumaki Naruto was sitting on the ground at this time, and the fox lines on his cheeks receded naturally, making him look much more handsome. And in Naruto's abdomen, in the 8-sign seal space. Under the power of Jinbang, Naruto entered it and reunited with Namikaze Minato and Uzumaki Kushina. The 3 got together to chat, mainly listening to Naruto talking about himself, interesting things he encountered. Namikaze Minato also smiled and listened, but at the same time did not forget to pay attention to the situation of 9 tails. The seal gate opens automatically. 2 giant Kuramas appeared, but turned into humans in a blink of an eye. In the white fog, the 2 walked around, causing Namikaze Minato and many others to widen their eyes. The person on the left is a handsome young man. His face is 7 points similar to Naruto with a beard. The beard is more obvious, but his face is more like Namikaze Minato than Uzumaki Kushina. The beardless Naruto and this young man each have their own ethos. On the right is a walking girl with slender and beautiful legs, wearing a hip-length coat, with long golden hair tied into long double ponytails. Sapphire-like eyes are very smart, her career line is quite outstanding, and her coat is obviously a medium bondage. If you say that the handsome guy just makes the women watching the live broadcast room shine, they are amazed. That young and beautiful girl directly drove the LSPs into madness. Open black lens bracket Jiraiya. Is this always the real joy of 9 tails Jinchuriki? Close black lens bracket. Ebisu. What the incarnation of a demon fox is a big lie. I want to be a Jinchuriki. Open black lens bracket Iruka. This is the true meaning of Jinchuriki. Love is love. Open black lens bracket Hitaki Kakashi. Alas, I am a teacher for nothing. Close black lens bracket. Nohara Rin. Then how do you want to be? Curious face. Open black lens bracket Hitaki Kakashi. Well, I just think Naruto should seriously develop 9 tails chara, that's all. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Obito. Idiot Kakashi. Open black lens bracket Killer B. Yuki. You must be hiding something from me, right? Open black lens bracket Yuki. The police are talking nonsense. We originally had no sex, but after the master's transformation, we can choose, and I choose to be a man and be your brother. Open black lens bracket Killer B. No, you baga, you idiot, you have no yalu, you should become a woman, and you choose to be a woman before you officially transform. Open black lens bracket Yuki. Get out, Shuhei. This uncle is a pure man. Open black lens bracket Issue. I haven't thought about it yet. Uchiha Obito. Think. You can only become a woman, or I will hammer you to death. Issei. Open black lens bracket Matabi. I think you should choose according to Jinchuriki's sex police, otherwise there will be some embarrassment. Close black lens bracket. The two are from Wooden Golem. I agree, I still want to get married. Open black lens bracket Uzumaki Kushina. What about our late Jinchuriki?
Open black lens bracket Namikaze Minato. Open black lens bracket beautiful hand Hashirama. Nine tails must be female.
Open black lens bracket Uzumaki Mito. Advertisement, Namikaze face numb. I feel a little dangerous. Open black lens bracket Namikaze Minato. Namikaze. Who are you? Namikaze Miyama. 4th generation, the one on your right now. It seems that Jinbang approved the name I gave myself. In the sealed space, the young teacher waved to Namikaze Minato.
Nine tails. How did you choose such a name for yourself?
Namikaze Minato asked in surprise. Isn't this normal? Namikaze shrugged and explained. My young body and I are both complete individuals now, and we're both called Nine Tails or Kurama, no matter what, let alone a human being, so give yourself a name. Regardless of my complete state, I have been with you since I was born, and I have been with you since I was born. You will use your surname, you won't mind, will you? Saying that, Namikaze walked up to Namikaze Minato and winked. Due to the existence of the twin equality contract, the two Namikazes will share the Nine Tails chara in the future, and they can also summoning and help each other. It is necessary to build a good relationship. And for more than 10 years when they were sealed in Naruto's body together, the relationship was really okay. He also recognized Namikaze Minato more than Uchiha Madara's brute force. Okay, Namikaze is numb. Namikaze Minato accepted the title, turned to look at the blonde girl, and asked, then you are the half-body avatar in Naruto, do you have a name? 99? Yes. The girl winked playfully and smiled. Naruko, Uzumaki Naruko, what do you think of the 4th generation? Uzumaki? Naruto Naruko. It means to follow the Naruto surname, and even the first name is similar. Okay, I agree. Namikaze Minato hadn't spoken yet, when Uzumaki Kushina's excited voice suddenly came from behind. She and Changchun took Naruto's hand and rushed up, stretched their arms around Naruto's neck, and grinned. Nine Tails, no, Naruko. I recognize you as a goddaughter, why do you join our Uzumaki account? Sample. On the side Namikaze Minato said he had something to say. Shouldn't there Huko be Namikaze? Mei Shinga. I have lived for many years, and Mito is an old friend. You are not afraid of losing your life when you were your goddaughter. Naruko Chaoshung rolled her eyes. At that time, you were just a pet, so it doesn't matter. Kona excitedly exposed her oral addiction. Uzumaki Naruko wanted to say something, but Namikaze Minato stepped in at the right time and stopped him. Kina, other things, we should wait until we are resurrected, what do you think?
The contractor reward he got was resurrection, and he could also have the physique of smart hands. Although the development level was very low, it also greatly improved Xiao's talent in the ninja world. And what Uzumaki Naruto got is a high-level resurrection card, which can revive people who have been dead for less than 20 years, just enough to revive Uzumaki Kushina.
Yes, resurrect first, resurrect first. I want to see Kona now with my own eyes, and I want to catch up with Tsunade's sister. Uzumaki Kushina's eyes lit up. When Namikaze Minato saw this, the corners of his eyes twitched slightly. Are you sure you don't want to buy luxury goods quickly? However, 4th generation, a warm man with high emotional intelligence, did not express his true thoughts. Advertisement. Receive award. Namikaze Minato received the reward first. What? The remaining ray of light from the gold list fell on Naruto's side in Hokage's office. Countless dots of light are flying. A Shinigami phantom lit up, and he took the knife from his mouth and opened his stomach. The blue light and shadow flying hook representing the soul. Inside Shinigami's stomach, Hizan Sarutobi silently wiped away the tears that didn't exist from the corner of his eyes. If you leave one, you can beat Xiao Xiao a little less. A light shot a hook from Naruto's abdomen. Under the spotlight, 4th generation Namikaze Minato, with Peisho physique and Nine Tails Jinchuriki identity, was perfectly resurrected. Everyone, long time no see. Namikaze Minato greeted you in the office with a sunny smile as always. Minato, welcome. The heartfelt voices of Nara Shikahisa and Akamichi Dingza and others. Jiraiya patted Namikaze Minato on the shoulder, feeling a little sour in his nose, unable to say anything, and finally turned into a word. Good. Looks like 4th generation is pretty good, Hashirama smiled. 0. For flowers. 0. If Minato hadn't died, the Uchiha family wouldn't have died, and Hizashi wouldn't have died. Jiraiya and I might have ushered in long ago, and Konoha would be better off. Tsunade agreed. It's better now. Wisdom Hashirama looked at Uchiha Ran. Of course. Tsunade puffed out his chest proudly. Shao Gang, doesn't it seem to have anything to do with you? Why doesn't it matter? There are relationships. Of course. What relationship? Of course, the relationship between senior and siblings. Shao Gang, sometimes men are too good, and women can take the initiative. 93. I don't understand what you're saying. I think back then, it was your grandma who chased me. How dare you say that in front of grandma? Why don't you dare? If it wasn't for your grandmother chasing me, I would have been hot with Mata. Crack. Hey, what are you? 99, recording pen. Hey, Shao Gang. Grandpa just said it casually. Then who do you say is the biggest fat sheep in the ninja world? Grandpa, I'll do it. 46 advertisement except for Uchiha Ran. No one heard the conversation between 1st Hokage and 6th Hokage. No one knew how speechless the two were. It's really a grandfather. Uchiha Ran laughed inwardly. At this time, Naruto opened his eyes and stood up, with an extra card in his hand. I will resurrect my mother, Uzumaki Kushina. Naruto shreds the card and makes a wish. Tsunade stopped bickering with Huisho Hashirama, and her beautiful eyes were full of anticipation. The advanced resurrection card is not enough to resurrect her brother difficult hand rope tree. But the advanced resurrection card is in the range of 20 years, and a more advanced one will definitely work. Ah, Jinbang lowered a beam, and in the beam, a body was rapidly formed. First the red hair, then the clothes, and finally the body. When the light faded, Kona, who had the same smile as Namikaze Minato, slowly stretched out a finger. Perception. Really, resurrection. Kona hugged Naruto. Naruto, Mom can take good care of you in the future. 59. Mom. Naruto nods happily with tears streaming down his nose. He looks ugly, but no one laughs at him. Sasuke's eyes were full of envy, but he was not jealous, but more of a blessing. Idiot, congratulations. I also want to revive father and mother quickly. Sasuke clenched his fists hard. Well, Kona was infected by Naruto and couldn't help crying. Namikaze Minato's nose was sour, and he suppressed his crying and smiled. In the future, we will live as a family of 3, and strive to create good memories and fill in those pasts. Yeah. Kona and Naruto nodded. Uchiha Ran watched this scene and said with interest, are you sure it's not 1 or 5? Everyone was stunned. But when they saw Namikaze Miyama and Uzumaki Naruko appearing behind Namikaze Minato and Naruto, everyone smiled. It's really 1 or 5. Yo, Jinbang obviously did not understand the warmth of people, and the bell still rang on time. A stereoscopic image appears, but after seeing his appearance clearly, all eyes widened. Uchiha Ran's eyes narrowed. Things are getting interesting. Near the land of winds, Uchiha Madara had a bad premonition. Is he sage of 6 paths? Isn't he dead? Middle? Chapter 131 reveals the true face of Otsutsuki Kagaya, the Great Toad Sage. Previous chapter next chapter advertisement in the sky. Before the golden list, a 3-dimensional image slowly emerged. The owner of this image has a sickly pale skin, has 2 horns on his head, brown hair, and is wearing a white coat. There are 6 black hook jade patterns on the front of his chest, a red swirl mark on the back, and a 9-square grid on the bottom. Arrange the hook jade, 3 in each row. The most attractive thing is the pair of purple reincarnation eyes and the mark similar to the eyes on the forehead. Seeing him, most people were absolutely stunned. As long as you are not too stupid, you can guess the identity of this person. Sage of 6 paths, Otsutsuki Hagoromo. Whether it's his pale skin and horns like Otsutsuki Kagaya, or the samsara eyes unique to the legendary Sage of 6 paths, it all speaks to his identity. No one would have thought that this one would actually be on the list. Isn't he dead? Could it be that the dead can also be on the list? Uchiha Madara thought with an ugly face. If it is true that the dead can also be on the list, he has been slapped in the face by Hong Guoguo again. But to say that Sage of 6 paths is still alive is a little scarier than the dead on the list. Difficult years of lifespan? Really aliens? The art of summoning? Stereoscopic image Otsutsuki Hagoromo waved it. A continuous ripple in the space appeared, followed by an orange body with yellow eyes, a string of Buddhist beads around its neck, and a lavender opal with the word oil in the middle. A giant toad with a doctor's hat. The image turned into a streamer and shot onto the summoning beast list. The ranking shows 967, 5th place, Toad Maru, Mount Myoboku Patriarch, a toad that has survived for more than a year from the Kagaya era to the present, is respected as Great Toad Sage, has a very accurate prediction ability, and has a very powerful sage jutsu in its body. Carrot, the body is located on the throne with the word Shion written on it. When he was young, he was a life and death relationship with Sage of 6 paths and Otsutsuki Hamura. He fought hard in the Century War of Otsutsuki Kagaya for several months. The successor, causing Indra's dissatisfaction, sparked a cannibalistic battle between the brothers. Blood Pact. Otsutsuki Hagoromo, Sage of 6 paths. The rhythm of this string of information completely shocked everyone who had not recovered from the surprise of Sage of 6 paths listing. Open black lens bracket Jiraiya, Toad Maru, is the Great Toad Sage, close black lens bracket. Fukasaku. I don't even know about the name. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. Is this the time to struggle with this? This toad actually lived a difficult year and has the ability to predict the future, close black lens bracket. Jiraiya. The Great Toad Sage does have the ability to predict the future, but it can only vaguely see some key information. Open black lens bracket 3rd Raikage Eye. I thought it was enough for me and Iwagakure to fight tens of thousands of ninjas for 3 days and 3 nights, but they actually fought for several months. Open black lens bracket Orochimaru. How can it be called the Battle of the Century, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Orochimaru. I don't care about these. Otsutsuki Kagaya will live forever and never die. I'm not surprised that some unknown existences are immortal or even immortal. What I care about is the rhythm of its performance, which is actually the same as that of Sage of 6 Paths Brothers battle Otsutsuki Kagaya. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Wisdom Tobarama. You are very observant. What I am concerned about is that this toad actually got involved in the matter of the heir of ninja sect, and also caused Indra Ashura to kill each other. It is interesting. Advertisement open black lens bracket Shimura. I smell the same kind of smell. Open black lens bracket Hisashi Sarutobi. Zang, you bastard, how dare you come out. Open black lens bracket Shimura Kurozo. Sarubi, everyone is dead, you can't let me continue to blame me, I am bad, now I admit it, not ashamed for myself. Open black lens bracket Namikaze Minato. You two really shut up and dive deep, otherwise I don't mind paying the price to ask the 5th generation fisherman to resurrect you and kill you with your own hands. Close black lens bracket. Namikaze Minato is a rare domineering one. Shimura Kuro and Sarubi Hizan shut up immediately. They are not afraid of being resurrected by Namikaze Minato and then killed again, giving a happy moment, but they are afraid that after being resurrected, they will enjoy the treatment of life rather than death. For example, Tobirama, the smart hand, is really possible to do this kind of thing. Or wait a little longer, some hatred can be diluted, and they are rhyming. Until then, it is better to reduce the presence as much as possible. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. Sage of Six Paths and Hamura Senran vs Otsutsuki Kagaya. Sage of Six Paths son Ashura and Indra cannibalism, and now Jiraiya is looking for the fate of the child to save the world. This great toad sage is really too well, so for the peace of the ninja world, consider first ninjas.
Yansho Hashirama. Yin and Yang are strange, I would like to call you the strongest. Uchiha Madara. I didn't expect you to see the hot mom of Hasi. Jiraiya. This, open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Hamura. At Uchiha Ran, Jr., do you think Nissan and I have been deceived? Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. It is not easy to be deceived, but as far as I know, there are definitely some ways to take advantage of it. Closing parenthesis. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Hagoromo. Use. Could it be that the mother's deeds of destruction back then really had a hidden meaning? Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Kagaya. It turns out that you two sons were bewitched by this toad. I thought this toad was your little brother, so I didn't doubt it. Quote. Open black lens bracket Tobirama. The amount of information revealed by this conversation is huge. Close black lens bracket. Kamamaru. 5th Hokage, do you think that everything this old man does is for himself?
Uchiha Ran. Not so much, but certainly not for humans, right? Toad Maru. This immortal is for the ninja world. Close black lens bracket.
Bai Ling. The biggest joke I've heard over the years, I laughed. Open black lens bracket sister. Toad Maru, you are still so thick-skinned.
Orochimaru. The two above are the White Snake Immortal and the Katsuyu Immortal, and things seem to be really interesting. Open black lens bracket Kamamaru. Bai Ling, Katsuyu, isn't everything this immortal does for this world? Close black lens bracket.
Uchiha Ran. There is no doubt about this. After all, the Otsutsuki family regards this world as the nourishment for cultivating the fruit of Zara, and absorbs natural energy without restraint. Sealing Kagaya is indeed a good deed for this world and the creatures in the world. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Hagoromo. Mother came to this world for the purpose of cultivating fruit. Uchiha Ran. Exactly. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Hagoromo. Cultivation of fruit. Do you need to kill? Close corner bracket.
Uchiha Ran. No need. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Hagoromo. Then why did your mother do that in the first place? Close black lens bracket.
Advertisement. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. Because of fear. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Hamura. Because of fear. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Orochimaru. An existence like the ancestor of Zara is still afraid. Close black lens bracket.
Yansho Tobirama. I feel like a big melon is going to be exposed today. Close black lens bracket.
Uchiha Madara. It seems that the reason why the Six Paths old man joined forces with his younger brother to seal Otsutsuki Kagaya can finally be revealed. Quote. Toad Maru. Because Otsutsuki Kagaya launched infinite Tsukuyomi, used the divine tree to devour human beings, and made them into a monotonous humanoid creature with special power, the old man couldn't stand it anymore, and told the truth to Yui and Yumura. Face everything. Quote. Toad
Maru is eager to rectify his name and can't wait to tell the truth. When he wanted to. You humans know that you have encountered a crisis of genocide. Thanks to my waving feather clothes and Hamura scissors, you have survived. You should be grateful, right?
In fact, seeing his words, the vast majority of people were indeed taken aback, and they felt a chill down their spines, and the toad pills were definitely not bad. Who would have thought that Otsutsuki Kagaya would turn humans into human-shaped weapons? This is too scary. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Kagaya. It's really you, the inferior and despicable thing. When the concubine gets off her feet, I will kill you as soon as possible. Toad Maru. You can see it, she admitted it. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. Die boy, according to what you mean, Kagaya made weapons with humans because of fear. What is she afraid of? Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. Otsutsuki sect and original person. Quote. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Hagoromo. What do you mean? Uchiha Ran. Literally. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. Otsutsuki Kagaya is a part of Otsutsuki, and came to this planet with a member of Otsutsuki as a follower, carrying 2 10-tails with him, in order to plunder this planet of natural energy. Quote. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. After the 2 fruits are ripe, one belongs to the Ben members that Kagaya follows, and the other is to be brought back to the family to dedicate to the statue. But a few jars ago, when the first fruit was ripe, Kagaya did not want to be a sacrifice, attack the family member at a critical time, and swallow the char of fruit 0. Uchiha Ran. At this point, he has the power beyond the ordinary 6 paths, has the blood following the net, and easily unifies the world and becomes the master of the world. Quote.
Uchiha Ran. The world at that time was more peaceful than the current ninja world.
Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. Otsutsuki Kagaya was enshrined by human beings, and he created Sage of 6 Paths and Yumura Immortal with the power of faith and Yang style. The purpose is to think that when the 2 grow up, they can help him deal with the planet that will definitely come to the future. Other Otsutsuki members who are investigating the situation. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. Making white Zetsu with infinite Tsukuyomi also means this. Quote. Uchiha Ran. As for the human extinction that Kagaya Maru said, it will not. What Kagaya needs is a steady stream of white Zetsu, so the number of humans will never fall below a certain limit. Quote. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. But it is true to say that it is a lifesaver for the world and human beings, even if he deceived Otsutsuki Hagoromo and Otsutsuki Hamura anglers with a lie. Closing parenthesis. Speaking of which, Uchiha Ran will not say much, a world of digesting information for everyone. Shock. At this time, everyone feels that their brains are not enough. Who would have thought that behind the birth of these ninjas, there is such a big secret? It turns out that Sage of 6 Paths and Immortal Hamura will also be deceived. It turned out that Sage of 6 Paths, which created ninja, was not that strong. Advertisement. It turned out that Otsutsuki Kagaya, the ancestor of Zarela, was a robber-like existence to this world. It turned out that outside the planet, there was also the existence of the Otsutsuki family, which made Otsutsuki Kagaya, who became the Lord of Zarira, also deeply feared. This information is too shocking. If it wasn't for Uchiha Ran who said this, the first thing you would think about would be questioning.
A bunch of chess pieces. Uchiha Madara smiled sarcastically, not knowing who he was laughing at. At this moment, he completely returned to himself.
He wants to be strong. Kamamaru. Since you know this, why are you still so hostile to me? Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. Because you are so hypocritical. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. The location of Mount Myoboku was originally a temple. If you can be today, you must have obtained the ancient immortal tradition that belonged to human beings. This is cause and effect. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. Kagaya will not really destroy human beings, so the kindness you mentioned is not so great. Close black lens bracket. Uchiha Ran. After driving away Kagaya, you occupy one of the places with the most abundant natural energy in the ninja world, entirely for yourself, and your involvement in ninja is limiting the development of ninjas. Quote. Uchiha Ran. You occupy the treasure land of Feng Shui, so there is no problem with 4.0, because you have the strength, just like the land of fire and Konoha occupy the best position, but you advertise justice every day and pretend to be the savior of the world. Closing parenthesis.
Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. You are not as great as you say. If you say everything is for yourself, for the Toad family, I still call you a strong man, but now. Uchiha Ran violently lifted the fig leaf on Kamamaru's body. Shimura said that he smelled the same kind of breath, and it was not wrong.
Toad Maru is definitely a conspiracy. But the two are not exactly the same. Toad Maru is more like Sarutobi hidden.
One is a real villain, one is a pseudo-kun. Pseudo-kunzi, disgusting.
Much like those Buddhas in previous lives. He Uchiha Ran is not a pseudo-kun, nor is he a real villain.
He never advertised himself as truth, goodness and beauty. As for what the police think, that is a human matter. Get angry, Toad. Just so you practice your hands. Uchiha Ran's eyes are deflected to the gold list. Summoning Beast Reward Selection 1. Transforming into a body and mastering a tailor-made Buddha cultivation method, Yuanying period. To build foundation, consecrate light, fasting, Lingji, Jinden, Yuanying. 2. The body recovers to its peak and masters the method of demon cultivation, refining the gods, in the breathing period, condensing gas period, demon pill period, and refining spirit period. Contractor reward. Resurrection and possess the pure-blooded body of the Otsutsuki clan under normal circumstances. It can live a difficult life, swallowing medicinal pills, ripe fruit, can prolong life in a rough life, and the life loss in the dormant state becomes 1/10. Super strong healing ability, the power of wedge. Chapter 132 Yansu Big Toad Love is a real man. Sage of 6 Paths Resurrection. Previous chapter. Next chapter advertisement. The Jinbang chat channel was extremely silent for a while.
No one would have imagined that they would be able to learn about so many secrets today.
The existence of the Otsutsuki clan. The true face of Otsutsuki Kagaya. The true face of the Great Toad Sage Toad Maru and more. Every reveal is enough to shock the ninja world. As for Uchiha Ran's words, everyone voted for 100% approval.
Do toad pills work? There is no doubt about that. Sealing Kagaya, so that the natural energy on this planet will no longer be absorbed uncontrollably, is definitely a good thing for the world itself and for the creatures of the world.
Is Toad Maru great? Obviously not. It does things that are good for the world and good for humanity. From the information disclosed by Uchiha Ran, the benefits are not as much as it exaggerates.
And, Toad Maru is more for himself. The same thing, doing it for others and doing it for yourself, are two concepts. Obviously doing it for yourself and for your own benefit, but after success, it is advertised as doing it for others, which makes people appreciate, worship and even worship themselves.
It is hypocrisy. What's more, Kamamaru also intervened in the selection of the successor of ninja sect, resulting in Ashura and Indra cannibalism.
No matter how you look at it, it is doing things for its own benefit. To advertise justice, a toad, open and closed is the world of ninja.
This is the same as Shimura's opening and closing for the village. What kind of district police are there?
This is similar to Sarutobi Hizen after he made a contribution to the village. He thought he was the only right one. What kind of district police were there?
Essentially the same. Uchiha Ran hates it, no problem at all. Of course, those who are willing to thank it can also continue to thank it, and there is no problem. Junior, bastard. In the deep temple of Mount Myoboku, Kamamaru, who was sitting on the seat originally enshrined with the Buddha statue, changed his sleepy appearance and opened his eyes suddenly.
It didn't lie down and curse. It's not that I don't want to, but the live broadcast of the Jinbang is now on its side.
Don't do things that damage your image. After pretending for so many years, he would never expose himself just because of Uchiha Ran's few words. Advertisement, Junior, my reputation cannot be slandered, what you said is just speculation. Toad Maru said to the live camera, as if he could catch a glimpse of Uchiha Ran. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. Imagining it out of thin air, Toad Maru, don't you think you are missing something in Mount Myoboku? What? Toad Maru's pupils shrank, and he immediately sensed the situation of Mount Myoboku. The next moment, its expression changed suddenly. How is it possible? How could you possibly take it? 19. Uchiha Ran. Nothing is impossible. Jiraiya's summoning art. Close black lens bracket. Impossible. I opened the barrier of Mount Myoboku. Unless it is beyond the 6 pads level, no one can lay it down. Toad Maru couldn't understand.
If it was Uchiha Ran who signed the Mount Myoboku summoning scroll, it's still possible.
Jiraiya. Even if the master has perfect sage mode now, it is impossible. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. Who told you that Jiraiya performed summoning outside Mount Myoboku? Close black lens bracket.
What? Toad Maru's expression changed suddenly, and finally reacted. It's you.
You take advantage of the Jinbang live broadcast, take Jiraiya to Mount Myoboku with the technique of Flying Thunder God, then summoning it to your side, and then leave with the technique of Flying Thunder God.
Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. You are not as senile as you pretend to be. Close black lens bracket.
Damn. Toad Maru Thunder was furious, but it can't do anything. Now it seems that it is a good thing that the summoning technique takes away that one.
No matter how strong Jiraiya becomes, when Chara is always exhausted, she can come back when the state is lifted.
But he was taken away by Uchiha Ran with the technique of Flying Thunder God, but he really left Mount Myoboku completely. Who the hell did Uchiha Ran take away, making this old toad look so ugly?
Toad Maru's performance completely aroused the curiosity of other people. They have been silent because they are absolutely incapable of speaking.
It is obvious that those who speak now are high-end bureaus. But what did Uchiha Ran take with him that made Kamamaru so jealous?
Want to ask, but dare not. But sad. Fortunately, there are people in the high-end bureau who have spoken.
Bai Ling. Look at this situation, Ran boy, did you take Iwasu away? Katsuyu. That must be the case, Ran Sama Saigao, this scumbag can't threaten me anymore.
Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. The two immortals said so. It seems that my guess is correct. The big toad of Yansu is not ordinary.
Bai Ling. You are indeed very smart. Since I took Iwasu, I don't mind telling you that it was supposed to be in existence alongside me and Katsuyu. Open black lens bracket sister. Ran Sama, let me tell you secretly that Bai Ling also has brown rice.
Advertisement. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. Got it. The thing is probably that Toad Maru got the inheritance of Sage Jutsu in the temple deep in Mount Myoboku, and after becoming stronger, he set off a coup d'etat of the Toad clan, and after that, he took care of the Prince Iwasu. Toad but the weapon, through some method, let it continue forever. It is in a state of deep sleep, so it only grows in the body but not in wisdom, so the mind continues to be about 10 years old. Quote. Bai Ling. Toad Maru, I didn't say that. Ran boy, you really didn't know it for a long time, but guessed it. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket sister. Ran Sama is really smart. Closing parenthesis. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. Toad Maru, great immortal Toad is really great. He launched a coup in his own family, and he took up the magpie's nest and annexed Mount Myoboku, but he sealed Kagaya for the sake of mankind and the world, the true savior.
Crack, in the live room, in Mount Myoboku. Toad Maru crushed the most beloved wineglass in his hand. Unexpectedly, everything will be exposed here. This time, his face was completely washed away. Another big melon. The ninja kids were stunned.
What ninja? They are the younger brother. At this time, in front of Kamamaru, a figure appeared erratically, and the plate number was in the air. Kamamaru, what did you really do behind the scenes when it came to Indra and Ashura?
The person who came was Otsutsuki Hagoromo, looking at Toad Maru with complicated eyes.
Yuya, You don't believe me either, but the words of a younger generation. Toad Maru looked distressed. The announcement of the heir of the ninja sect was because you always asked me for your reference, not me.
If it's not like this, I'm not just suspicious, Otsutsuki Hamura said solemnly. With your strength not weaker than me and Hamura, and some accomplishments on Sage Jutsu, you really haven't discovered the existence of Black Zetsu?
Black Zetsu, this is the biggest reason for Otsutsuki Hagoromo's doubts.
Kamamaru inherited the heritage of Mount Myoboku and Mount Myoboku temples, once took out many treasures, and developed the power of prophecy. When Otsutsuki Kagaya is at its weakest, it can pinpoint and hit itself in the Hamura angler. There will be no Black Zetsu to be found. Toad Maru was silent. It's not that it doesn't want to quibble, but that Black Zetsu once came to Mount Myoboku to visit and had a face-to-face with him. Just because he was not sure to keep the other party, so he chose to ignore it. The surface well water does not violate the river water, but in fact it is secretly planning to use it. Now if he denies it, Black Zetsu can immediately debunk it.
The camouflage was really revealed. Otsutsuki Hagoromo understood when he saw the appearance of Kamamaru.
I see. Otsutsuki Hagoromo summoned the immortal Hookten staff, and said solemnly, "First, take me and Hamura to deal with my mother and seal it.
Then let Black Zetsu do bad things behind his back, make Indra and Ashura turn against each other, and led me to come to you to discuss, and you will take advantage of the situation to intervene. After I slept in the Pure Land, the ninja world was chaotic and immortal, like a clan war, but I didn't see you doing anything for the world." Advertisement. But Ashura and Indra are reincarnated and you've been staring and plotting something.
Everything. You didn't lie to me, you just concealed something and made profits according to the situation. You took advantage of us, got everything you wanted, and eliminated threats. 22.
You haven't done anything wrong, but as Dai Kid said, it's extremely hypocritical.
From today onwards, our grace will be cut off. See you later, we will fight each other. 99. Otsutsuki Hagoromo is clearly a man of love. Aware that I have been cheated all the time, although I have done nothing wrong, the feeling of being a chess piece is too uncomfortable.
Receive award, Otsutsuki Hagoromo said to Jinbang. A beam of light 967 fell in the sky. A new body begins to be formed, completely interrogating the soul body. At the same time the body begins to change. Otsutsuki Hagoromo's old appearance began to change, and he returned to his youthful appearance in an instant. The pure-blooded body of the Otsutsuki family, is this the feeling? Otsutsuki Hagoromo flexed his fist. In terms of strength, it is not much stronger than when he was young before his death. But he can feel the unusually huge vitality in his body, which can support him to live for a long time. And after possessing a pure blood body, he awakened several new auxiliary abilities and some bloodline memories. Devouring fruit or elixir. Chara can be refined into medicinal pills and swallowed. Different medicinal pills have different effects, and if you can consume the mature Chara fruit, you can prolong your life and activate new abilities. 2. Sleep. Using this state, the passing of life will be reduced to 1/10 of the original. Obviously, Otsutsuki Kagaya chose to go dormant after being sealed, so after the rough years have passed, he actually lost 100 years of life. As far as he knows, it is not a problem to live for another 100 years easily. 3. Super self-healing ability. If you are damaged by ordinary physical attacks or spells, as long as you are not killed by a single blow, you will be able to recover in an instant. With the ability of reincarnation to absorb ninjutsu chakra, the effect is stronger. 4. The power of the wedge. The unique ability of the Otsutsuki family is that they can copy their own abilities and digitize them, and then penetrate into the body of others. A black diamond-shaped mark will appear on the palm of the person who is penetrated. This mark is a wedge. 0. Those who are planted are called vessels. The stock is the compressed Otsutsuki's backup file. The compressed file will be thawed little by little after a long time, and the unfreeze can also be accelerated by fighting. When all the data is thawed, the unfreeze, the body will be replaced by Otsutsuki's own data, and the vessel's own existence will completely disappear, and Otsutsuki himself will be resurrected as a result.
As long as the wedge remains, Otsutsuki will be resurrected, they are beings beyond death. Before me, I really didn't deserve to be called Otsutsuki. Chapter 133 Uchiha Ran is on the list again. Previous chapter.
Next chapter. Advertisement. Although I have regained my strength at my peak and possess the pure-blooded body of the Otsutsuki family, I have not regained the 10 tails. Compared with the Otsutsuki members, there should be a gap in my strength.
It's no wonder that my mother is afraid. I will definitely not be able to last long when I face this member of Otsutsuki. At least to become 10 tails Jinchuriki again, there is always a fight. Otsutsuki Hagoromo's eyes narrowed, and his heart was filled with thoughts that became stronger. Toad Maru is very mysterious, so don't fish for him for now. His eyes swept across Kamamaru, and Otsutsuki Hagoromo, whose top corners of his head became larger, waved casually, summoning and hooking a pitch-black space portal.
Toad Maru, do it yourself. As the words fell, Otsutsuki Hagoromo stepped into the space portal and disappeared. Toad Maru's body trembled. Before leaving, Otsutsuki Hagoromo's eyes were very indifferent, a kind of light spray from the gods overlooking the ants. Pure blood Otsutsuki are heretics. 33. Yuya, you have fallen into the evil way. I will save you. Toad Maru subconsciously touched the Buddha beads on his neck, his eyes solemn. I choose to. Without thinking too much, Toad Maru chose his own list of rewards. If placed 300 years ago, it would have chosen one without hesitation. With the inheritance he got in the deep temples of Mount Myoboku, if he can transform into a human being and possess a complete set of Buddhist cultivation methods, it will only be a matter of time before he can surpass the Six Paths level. But now, his life is about to come to an end, and the vitality in his body has already been exhausted.
If you choose to transform, you will become an old man without returning to the peak, and you will not be able to increase your lifespan. It is difficult to rely on the practice to go further. Instead of fighting for that chance, it is better to take this opportunity to restore his strength to its peak, at least not be afraid of Six Paths level powerhouses. With luck, you might even be able to go further immediately. Roar. A ray of light shot down on the golden list, covering the entire Toad Maru. Under the watchful eyes of countless people, its old, limp and wrinkled body began to change, as if a deflated balloon was filled with water, and instantly inflated, becoming strong, full, and hydrated. Advertisement. This feeling is long gone. Feeling that the body does not need to be moisturized by Sage Jutsu Chara all the time, but also can maintain the feeling of vitality and strength. Kamamaru wants to make a comfortable cooing sound. But it still held back, after all, so many people were watching. He immersed all his attention in his mind and began to study the demon cultivation method he had just obtained. The method of breathing and breathing, which is exclusive to the Toad family, can store the spiritual energy, natural energy, of heaven and earth in the body, strengthen the body, stimulate the evolution of blood vessels, awaken special talents, increase dynamic vision, and bounce power. When the strength of the body reaches a certain level, it can enter into the body to open up a special dantian or sea of chi, store the absorbed heaven and earth spirit energy in it, and continuously condense, compress, atomize, liquefy, and even solidify. 59. When you open up the sea of diligence or dantian, you will enter the condensing stage, awaken the demon consciousness and realize yourself. While accumulating the spiritual energy of the baby world, you are still strengthening your body and strengthening your talents. If your bloodline is strong enough, you may awaken new talents, and you can mobilize your body. The stored ore increases attacks, strengthens the body, etc. 33. When the spiritual energy of heaven and earth in the sea of chi condenses to a certain level, it can be formed into a demon pill. The demon consciousness becomes a demon thought. The beast soul is awakened. The natural talent is awakened, and the demon wind can be used to fly. Directly control the battle to absorb the spiritual energy of heaven and earth. When the inner alchemy in the body is condensed to a certain level, it can be fused with the beast soul and enter the spiritual refining stage. At this time, the soul body can perform spiritual attacks, mobilize the spiritual energy of heaven and earth, let me fly in the sky, and can be separated from the body for a period of time without diminishing. Point 9. Produced by Jinbang, it must be a fine product. In just a split second, Toad Maru understood the district police of the four realms of breathing, condensing energy, condensing pills, and refining spirits, as well as how to go and how to practice. Its orange-yellow eyes were full of surprises. No surprises. Stepping on the path of demon cultivation can also increase your lifespan. 200 years in the breathing period, 500 years in the condensing period, 1 in the condensing period, and a dilemma in the refining period. It was something he couldn't believe before. What's more, the transformation of each realm's own body and the increase in strength are not comparable to the previous self. What makes it even more surprising is that the Sage Jutsu chakra that has been stored in the body for many years is not unusable. What I got in the past is the inheritance of human cultivation, and many places are not suitable for this immortal to use. This immortal relies on self-improvement, and then created a non-trivial method of cultivation, reluctantly turning natural energy into chakra and possessing Sage Jutsu. Chara stores in the body and strengthens itself. The Sage Jutsu for human beings, Jiraiya, has no storage method, but the Sage mode of the finished product, and there is a risk of toading. Simply weak burst. Before the orthodox demon cultivation method, this was a side-by-side approach. To turn a natural ability into a Sage Jutsu Chara store is superfluous. But although it is superfluous, the Sage Jutsu Chara that I have never stopped accumulating over the years is not a waste, nor is it a waste to use the improved body of Sage Jutsu Chara. Toad Maru was pleasantly surprised. If he had possessed this demon cultivation technique before his rough years, he would be able to break through to the spiritual cultivation stage within 100 years. But now, after a full year of shame, its body has been continuously tempered by Sage Jutsu Chara to reach the mid to late stage of condensing pills. The Sage Jutsu Chara in the body is huge, but it is weaker in front of natural energy. Advertisement. Well, it's not a waste. These Sage Jutsu Charas are essentially natural energies, but are controlled and stored by it in the manner of Charas. The next thing it has to do is to open up the sea of air, then take away some of its own energy in the Sage Jutsu Chara, and integrate the rest into the sea of air. With the huge amount of Sage Jutsu Chara in my body, I don't need to incorporate all of it, I can form an elixir. I will become the big demon of the core formation realm. You can also awaken a few talents. What 6 paths, what Uchiha Ran, what giant of light, but air. Toad Maru let down his guard, and his heart was extremely swollen. He has spent many years accumulating baby and adding this gold medal reward, resulting in a chemical reaction that is not comparable to that of Uchiha Ran and others. After estimating the time it would take for him to form a pill, Kamamaru decided to wash the nakedness at that time, and at the same time erase all unstable factors. Toad Maru. At Uchiha Ran, this immortal will come to you in 7 days to seek justice and restore my reputation. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. Hypocrisy, I just feel that I have enough strength and want to find a place. At the same time, I stifled my danger in the cradle and restored my reputation. Do you have that? Uchiha Ran can be nasty to hypocrites. Toad Maru. You make the world misunderstand me, and I will definitely remove it. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. Disgusting, or you open the enchantment now, and I will fly to Mount Myoboku to find you? Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. Why don't you speak? Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. No confidence now, no? Close black lens bracket. Uchiha Ran. Old toad, I will let you live another 7 days. Before the meeting of the 5 shadows, I will kill a toad for the elephant to add to the fun. Damn it guy, then I must kill you in front of everyone. See who dares to criticize. Toad Maru completely withdraws his consciousness from the golden list, to avoid seeing Uchiha Ran's speech, and at the same time, he devotes himself to refining sage jutsu chara. Boom. The golden bell rang on time. A 3-dimensional image emerged, with a handsome face, as vast as the stars of the universe, wearing 5th Hokage royal robes. It is Uchiha Ran. He's on the list again. For this, everyone sighed but not surprised. Advertisement. The art of summoning. A white smoke rose up. An old-fashioned grandmother Ji Xian with orange hair and yellow eyes, wearing a white robe, looks very old. Number 4. Bai Ling, the 3rd-generation Holy Land Ryudadong Patriarch, the white-scaled snake that has survived for more than a few years since the Kagaya era, is respected as the White Snake Immortal, can perceive everything that happens in the Ryudi Cave, and rules all immortals. The snake has a very powerful sage jutsu chakra in its body. Its white body is connected to the place where it is enshrined. For those who come to practice, the White Snake Immortal will inject natural energy into them with his fangs. According to legend, he will eat the whole of those whose flesh cannot bear the serpentization. Blood Pact. Uchiha Ran. Sure enough, the summoning beast on the list is the White Snake Immortal. Since Konoha persuaded Lucinia White Snake and the 3 snake princesses under the zodiac, she must also persuade the White Snake Immortal. And even in order to obtain rewards, the only person who can make the White Snake Immortal reluctant to make a contract is Uchiha Ran. The live broadcast room screen is deflected at this moment.
Yun now in front of everyone is a pipe with a knife on its mouth, a green opal on its chest, a purple ribbon as a forehead, and a military green horn-shaped ornament inlaid on the front of the forehead. The top is inlaid with a red night pearl, Nua Wang Jiao, the body is too long to see the exact length, and there are 2 golden rings on the tail, coiling a white snake on a mysterious throne.
Uchiha Ran. White Snake Immortal, I wonder if I can satisfy my curiosity. Bai Ling. You want to ask, where did the inheritance of the 3 holy places come from? Uchiha Ran. Yes, Chakra is the successor of the Otsutsuki clan. I know that Otsutsuki Hagoromo learned the method of condensing sage jutsu chara from the hands of Kagaya, which means that you should use natural energy before the arrival of Kagaya. Bai Ling. If you let me take a bite, I can tell you. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. Got it, let me think about it, the topic seems to end here. But no one expected that Otsutsuki Kagaya would speak at this time. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Kagaya. The 3 followers in front of Tamamo have learned a little how to use the natural energy of the fur. If you hadn't come down with a concubine, you would have no chance to occupy the 3 holy places and get along with the method of chara and natural energy. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. Tamamo Mei. Uchiha Ran felt that he had finally opened a corner of the ancient world. Unfortunately, after Kagaya said such a sentence, he did not intend to continue speaking. Interesting. Uchiha Ran thought to himself, time flies. The list of rewards information is updated. Uchiha Ran's eyes lit up. Innate spirit body. Chapter 134 Provoking the White Snake Immortal. Uchiha Ran wants to become a snake? Customize.
Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Uchiha Ran is no stranger to Tamamo before.
There is Tamamo before in the Fate World, and he is a close friend with Kagayaheim in the Fate World. In the world where Hiju is located, there is also Tamamo Mei. After the fierce battle with Hiju, the power is lost and the characters are reduced to lowly form, but they still have strong power. In addition, he also played a mobile game with this character in his previous life. The world view of the island culture is used to use these characters. No matter which world it is in, or in the game, it is a peerless beauty transformed by Nine-Tails Fox. Since there is Kagaya in the ninja world, it is completely understandable that there is Tamamo Mei. I just don't know what role Tamamo former plays in this world. But just listening to Kagaya, Tamamo Mei seems to be the owner of one of Jiraiya, Katsuyu and Iwajuku's parents. Interesting. Uchiha Ran is very interested in the ninja world of ancient times. But now, he is more interested in the contract rewards given by Jinbang. Summoning Beast Reward Selection 1. Perfect Shape, and Master a tailor-made cultivation method of immortality, Yuanying period, to practice Qi, build foundation, Jinden, Yuanying. 2. When the body recovers, the strength reaches its peak, and the master targets the method of demon cultivation, refining the gods, in the breathing period, the condensing period, the demon pill period, and the spirit refining period. Contractor Reward. Innate spirit body, for heaven and earth Reiki, natural energy, innate contract, natural foundation, no bottleneck before nascent soul. The innate spiritual body is not comparable to a half-baked celestial body, and even a pure-blooded Otsutsuki's physique is not comparable to a certain extent. 19. Perhaps in this world, having a pure-blooded Otsutsuki disciple means longevity and special abilities, but to say that it is more convenient than the speed of cultivation, it is definitely an innate spiritual body. However, is it the innate spiritual body that I understand? 967 With curiosity and anticipation, Uchiha Ran directly chose to receive it. A ray of light descended from the golden list, covering him all. At this moment, Uchiha Ran only felt that the whole world became lighter and kinder. Every pore can feel the natural energy flowing away in the air, and instinctively feel that it can be devoured when it is opened. The whole person is as happy as a fish returning to the water. I am so strong now. Uchiha Ran clearly felt that his strength had improved qualitatively. The difference between the front and the back is like an ordinary person's Dagu who can only maintain the Diga form for 3 minutes after obtaining the top-level hand-in-hand physique, but now it is more than enough to maintain 10 minutes. And he has transformed from a top-level smart hand physique to an innate spiritual body, and the improvement will only be more. In addition, the intuitive feeling is that he is in sage mode at any time, and he can easily absorb natural energy for his own use. It can be used simply, or you can form sage jutsu chara by the way of the knot itself, and then use this to drive ninjutsu, pupil surgery, and body surgery. Advertisement. This alone made his basic combat power reach the pinnacle of the quasi-six paths level. But if coupled with abilities such as Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, the basic combat power can be comparable to the 6 paths level. And if you use the trump card of Sino, the strength can be described as terrifying. But that's just all on a base case basis. The pupil technique of his eyes cannot be measured by common sense. If there is an accident at the 6 paths level, it will also become nourishment. In addition, he can feel that after his physique has improved, his rough hand physique and Uzumaki physique are also perfectly integrated, whether it is the speed of recovery from injury, physical healing ability, adamantine sealing chains or Kagura's mind, they are all stronger. More than a few times. If it is integrated into the natural energy, it will be even stronger. The last, idea, is the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan that has just evolved, and he feels that he can make it evolve into a reincarnation eye with just a little effort. But he was in no hurry to do so. The Eye of Reincarnation has never been the end of the evolution of Sharingan, and there is also Reincarnation Sharingan on it. Not long after he got the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, he didn't want to change his eyes for the time being and lost his pupil technique. It is not too late to think about evolution when we have accumulated a lot of resources and we can have the Reincarnation Sharingan in one fell swoop. At critical moments, it can also be used as a whole card. However, the suggestion of inserting the white silk can be considered. The corners of his mouth twitched slightly, and a light flashed in Uchiha Ran's dark pupils. The next moment, his body disappeared, and those who were paying attention to the live broadcast room found that a figure appeared out of thin air in front of the white snake Immortal. The art of flying thunder god. Bai Lingxi's pupils shrank, but recovered quickly, and said solemnly, Yukonahu really developed a tricky forbidden technique. Master second generation is truly amazing. Uchiha Ran smiled gently. Wisdom Tobarama's ability to develop art is recognized by even Uchiha Madara. But it wasn't him who flourished. Inside Iwagakure, the listener Tobarama Tsunade pouted. Old man Cowhide, do you want your approval? 22. He is hideous, he knows it himself. Can you open the portal now and let me go to the world of the spirit of eating halberds? Tobarama, the smart hand, asked Han. The latter did not answer, but looked at Onogi and gave him a questioning look. If second generation wants to explore, let him go, Onogi said without hesitation. This door, Iwagakure couldn't stand it on his own initiative. If you have a good relationship with Konoha early, you may be able to get more benefits at that time. Is it possible to open? Lord Second Hokage is going. Han turned to Tobarama, the smart hand, and asked. Advertisement, second generation aims to send a shadow clone. Difficulty. Tobarama hasn't spoken yet, when a hearty voice came from beside him. When I asked loudly, I saw that it was Uchiha Ran. I am an Ink Yangtong avatar, and the main body tells me to wait here. If second generation wants to go to the world of the spirit of eating halberds, let's go to see it together, and confirm some news by the way. Yangdaomo avatar Uchiha Ran said. You really can consider any situation. Peisho Tobarama nodded with a smile, and then shared a shadow clone. Upon seeing this, Oyemu, Hei Wang and others immediately shared a shadow clone. This trick was invented by second Hokage ninjutsu, which has long been learned by the 5 hidden villages. Should I set up a copyright fee for misusing my shadow clone? Tobarama, a smart hand, thought a little unhappily. For example, Orochimaru, who was invited to reincarnate by people, was the first step in resurrection. The second step of resurrection is to ask Uchiha Ran to use Sharingan to control people to perform reincarnation, and few people can experience it for the time being. There are also Uchiha Ran and Namikaze Minato, who are very good at flying Thunder God. If you charge royalties, you can definitely get rich. Go. With some careful thought, Tobarama took the lead and walked into the portal. Not many people know about things here. At this time, everyone is paying attention to the live broadcast room. When Immortal White Snake heard Uchiha Ran's words, the snake's body stood up, looking like he was about to launch an attack, and said in a cold voice, Leave the imprint of the Thunder God in the old man's bedroom. This is Hong Guoguo's provocation. 99. Uchiha Ran, I hope you can give me a reasonable explanation. Otherwise, how? Uchiha Ran raised his eyebrows. Is the White Snake Immortal going to have a fight with Zai? 99? While speaking, Uchiha Ran opened the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Faced with these strange eyes, the White Snake Immortal trembled inwardly. But as the oldest of the three immortals and the self-confessed strongest, she would never show weakness to Uchiha Ran in front of everyone. Uchiha Ran, it's not something a wise man would do to provoke the old man when he has a bad relationship with Kamamaru. In the face of absolute strength, there is no need for dead brain cells. Uchiha Ran rubbed his temples very relaxedly. Immortal White Snake stared, the temperature of this space plummeted. Murderous circle. Uchiha Ran is always smiling. What? Advertisement. The White Snake Immortal moved. No one could see her movements clearly, her figure was clearly still on the enshrined throne, but Yuyun was now beside Uchiha Ran, and there was no phantom in the air. Is a clone? Or a phantom? Or is it the blinking technique to add blindness? Countless heartbeats. Uchiha Ran's Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan can see clearly. It should be the innate ability of the White Snake Fairy, similar to the Golden Cicada's escape. It is the body that enshrines the throne, and it can also be the slew of a snake. The White Snake Immortal who came to him could be the main body or a phantom. It's all in her mind. Fun power. Uchiha Ran didn't dodge Bai Ling's attack at all, and said flatly, Immortal White Snake, is the previous promise still counted? Bai Ling ignored it, took a bite, and began to inject natural power. This is a special ability of her master, which can inject natural energy into people through teeth. If the infused person can hold on, they can integrate the natural energy into the body cells or the spirit, thus possessing the Sage Jutsu chakra of Not Shirera and natural energy. Of the 10,000 people who can reach Longbi Cave, only 100 can pass the screening before him, and among these 100 people, often only 1 or 2 can succeed in Master Sage mode, but the degree of master is different with different talents. The more like a snake, the worse. And if she can't stand the test, the person will be eroded by natural energy, become a Sage Jutsu Chara collective, and become her ration. She will swallow it without hesitation to strengthen the Sage Jutsu Chara in her body. This special ability is not only used by her to test talented practitioners, but also used by her as a means of attack. As a trial, the natural energy injected is naturally limited. And as a means of attack, you can do whatever you want. Boom. Earth Dragon. This is one of the most abundant natural energy in the current ninja world. At this time, under the control of Bai Ling, the natural energy directly rioted, became visible to the naked eye, atomized, and finally even liquefied, such as Mount Myoboku Toad Oil. These natural energies form an air sign that envelops Uchiha Ran. It can be seen with the naked eye that his body began to grow into white silk, and his face became like a snake. There was a vertical mark like a snake's pupil in the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. This scene fell into the eyes of countless people through the live broadcast room, causing countless people to shake. Uchiha Ran was actually suppressed by the White Snake Immortal? As this fifth Hokage, it's over? No one noticed. At this moment, the strange light flashed in Uchiha Ran's eyes. Chapter 135 Long Burrow White Snake and Immortal. Sacrifice. Power Surge. Reincarnation Mangekyo. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement 1. Tsunade. Daikun. How it is. Do not hide. Do not resist. Quickly hit back. Ah, you. He read. At Uchiha Ran. Stain-kun. Are you okay? Every day to Hinata. Dai. Certainly not something brother. Midarai Anko. At Rui Jinji. I will reverse summoning the past. Rui Jinji. Do you think I'll promise you? Terumi Mei. I cannot believe this situation now. With the strength of 5th Hokage, the ability should not even resist at all. Tamari. At Uchiha Ran. Died adults. You okay now? Namikaze Minato. Par Sage of 6 paths. Level of 6 paths, some ridiculously strong. Nara dear for a long time. The strength of 5th generation project can be an adult, should not be overwhelming. Linen according to. Is it strong to even the White Snake Fairy 5th Hokage cannot resist? Japanese Hanabi. Icarus is not with the past, it Fei Ju, Jufei Hano movement. Namikaze Minato. Damn it. Early and 5th generation project interchange fly Raytheon bitter none. Of the snake pupil, the body cannot move. Uchiha Ran obviously wrong state, so that all who are concerned about his heart Juki. Absolutely not to the extent of despair. Uchiha Ran has been very reliable and gives the impression that we are to believe him. Although now the situation is somewhat wrong, they still believe Uchiha Ran will be fine. And Uchiha Ran has become a giant, then bad, it also has the ability to escape, Toad Pill. Uchiha Ran, ruin the reputation of this fairy, defiant, and finally pay the price of it. Jiraiya. Great Toad Sage, what do you mean, Toad Pill? Small Jiraiya, I saw the future Uchiha Ran turned into white silk rations. Tsunade. How could the strength of Staining Kun not say stronger than the White Snake Fairy, but certainly not if than her? How could Spike, Toad Pill? Ignorance, under normal circumstances, to Uchiha Ran has now Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan in the Giants. The hard power may indeed over white silk, perhaps even stronger than Otsutsuki Kagaya, but he ignores the advantages of white silk. Nara dear long. Long hole in the ground, Toad Pill. Yes, Uchiha Ran ignored the white silk of home court advantage, Toad Pill. Long to the entire cave filled with numerous endure snakes, leading to the natural energy of the place very violent, since only a white silk can continue crackdown on the position of worship, whereby she could get the whole dragon hole in the ground, and quickly plot Jung natural energy, turned into Sage Jutsu check Lila. Toad Pill. White silk cannot easily leave their seats. She floated the master, stealth innate ability, you can easily play in the dragon cave. The most important point is white silk sit in the worship, which could be mobilized to natural energy dragon cave in, and keep the snake's teeth by injection. Toad Pill. That under, a shot that white silk Shajao mobilized the whole energy of the dragon to the natural cave Uchiha Ran put pressure force that oppression can be blocked torsion of space. I am also not ready under difficult to resist. Uchiha Ran unguarded, simply cannot Shi Janfei Raytheon surgery, natural walk. Toad Pill. It has natural energy into the body, as long as the white silk are not promoted, Uchiha Ran cannot get rid of, even if he is able to withstand extraordinary talent for some time, also destined to become a white silk rations. Toad Pills. 7 days after the agreement, it appears that this fairy is to be no shows. Toad Pill between the lines filled with schadenfreude. But now no one is interested ignores him. Everyone was shocked, then revealed information did not work. Uchiha Ran, because underestimate the enemy, this time actually really finished. Impossible, absolutely impossible. Tsunade subconsciously hold the necklace around his neck, a whole person tracking. Do I really cursed you? Tsunade Hearts of Darkness derived, may at this time, single-handedly caught her. Icarus. Tsunade stunned God. Master, let me tell you, he's fine, you do not worry, Icarus said solemnly. Icarus sister, backquote what do you mean? Midori Anko, Japanese sisters, Yamanaka few women all around us. Exists between me and the owner induction, can be directly used brainwaves, according to your understanding that can exchange ideas, he asked me to tell you not to worry, Icarus calm said. If Uchiha Ran danger, her reactions are intense than anything. And in the arms of smelly cat Uchiha Ran, you cannot do nothing. Call. A loose atmosphere throughout the Hokage office. Nara Deer long scratched his head and said, 5th generation project out of the fire we're cautious, not have complete certainty, now immortal white snakebite should be a shadow clone. Dad, what are you afterthought? Shikamaru whispered Tukao. Nara Deer crossed at him for a long time, continued to analyze. I remember the 5th generation project in adults as white snakebite immortal before, very calmly asked its previous commitment not really, certainly what plans. Point 9. In my guess, 5th generation project is the use of adult white snake fairy. With the use of the white snake fairy to do? Is it to get natural energy? Jiraiya suddenly puzzled speculation. He words it is a lucky hit. Jiraiya adults should guess right. 93. Nara Shikamaru exposed serious expression, analysis and said, I think the 5th generation project in adults who contract award related. Uchiha Ran contract reward? By the way, the list with Uchiha Ran and White Snake Fairy, they can be rewarded. The former award is innate spiritual body. They do not understand what innate spiritual body is but Otsutsuki Hagoromo summoning beast came in 5th place. Can have Otsutsuki thoroughbred body on the basis of the resurrection have peak strength on the 4th ranked Uchiha Ran certainly get better. 5th generation project has the top hand in the original adult physique, further immortal human body as the Sage of 6 Paths have. I guess in a known intelligence, Otsutsuki Kaguya's life, fighting, physical fitness, and so on to go beyond the Sage of 6 Paths, then sin human physique as good as Otsutsuki pure blood. After Sage of 6 Paths is resurrected and restores its peak strength, it can still obtain Otsutsuki's pure-blooded physique. The innate spiritual body obtained by the 5th generation can at least be tied with it, and the greater probability is transcendence. Advertisement. After the live broadcast room was opened, the 5th generation and the White Snake Immortal did not summoning each other. The perspective of the screen was on the White Snake Immortal, and few people knew that the 5th generation Lord had received the rewards, including the White Snake Immortal. I deduce that Lord 5th generation is using the White Snake Immortal to develop an innate spiritual body. Shikamaru sat rationally and speculated, and finally came to a conclusion. Uchiha Ran is using the White Snake Immortal. All of his words, except Naruto, understood. It's like 5th generation style, Nara Shikahisa finally added. And the long series of analysis by these two think tanks also made everyone put their hearts down. The special police is in the live broadcast room. As time goes by, although Uchiha Ran remains like a snake, it has never completely become a snake, which undoubtedly testifies to the speculation of Nara and his son. But compared to them, there are still many people in the ninja world who are gloating or worrying about misfortune. 0. For flowers. 0. But over time, they also discovered something was wrong. Inside Longdi Cave, White Snake Immortal's eyes flashed, and he was suspicious. It's been so long that he hasn't turned into a snake. Does he want to master Sage Mode under the condition of continuous compression of natural energy? If it was Hashirama, who was a difficult player back then, and realized a set of Sage Mode by himself, it is indeed possible. No, I can't let him succeed. Bai Ling's eyes flashed, and she began to mobilize the Sage Jutsu Chara in her body, along with the natural energy injected into Uchiha Ran's body. The reason why the natural energy in Longdi Cave turns people into snakes is because there are too many snakes in this place, and the natural energy is injected through Bai Ling's teeth. In the final analysis, it is still natural energy, but it is somewhat biased. Unlike Sage Jutsu Chara, which was condensed by Bai Ling, it is completely the power of the fairy snake. Finally come. Feeling the Sage Jutsu Chakra suddenly pouring into his body, Uchiha Ran knew that the chance he was waiting for had come. Advertisement without the slightest hesitation, he completely opened up his innate body. Boom. The liquefied natural energy nearby, like someone being absorbed by a sponge, poured frantically into Uchiha Ran's body. Zero but the moment when the snake represented on his body surface was fading, and it seemed to be absorbed into the body. The white snake Immortal keenly felt that there was a strong suction at the position where he bit Uchiha Ran's neck. The sage jutsu chara in it, like a river flowing into the sea, rushes frantically through its teeth like Uchiha Ran's body. Time goes by. He just devours. The gap with Uchiha Ran is not that big either. Thank you for reading this story at mtlnation.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Bai Ling felt remorse in her heart. The natural energy is drawn in the dantian, completely liquefied, and almost condensed into a solid state.
Kill me. She felt like she had lost control of her body.
Evolution begins. Under this situation, Eternal Mangekyo remains unchanged. 3 circles of purple halo appear next to the cross. Bai Ling controls Sage Jutsu Zara against the chaos of her own Zarira, in an attempt to break Genjutsu. And stupidly, she also injected herself with Sage Jutsu Chara. Is it the pupil art of the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan? Advertisement: she doesn't seem to be hit by Genjutsu, but is being manipulated to hang. The foundation filling is completed. At this moment, if Bai Ling didn't know that she was played by Uchiha Ran, she would have lived for many years in vain. But the massive infusion of natural energies cheapened Uchiha Ran and helped him develop the innate astral body. Physical growth to the peak. But Uchiha Ran's pair of eyes that bloomed in front of the dazzling light couldn't resist at all. Samsara I Mangekyo Sharingan, City. Until a certain moment, Uchiha Ran felt the phased saturation of the innate spiritual body. This old snake has been accumulating in the Longdi cave for many years, devouring the natural energy and sage jutsu chakra of countless human geniuses, and it is cheap for him. Genjutsu? It was also at this time that Uchiha Ran fed his body strength back to his eyes. In his eyes, the white snake fairy is not a fairy, but a charging treasure, snake. It turned out that it was not Uchiha Ran who entered my stadium, but I became his wedding dress. Oops, hit the jackpot. Bai Ling could only beg with her eyes. He wasn't supposed to be so weak, but the result has no effect. She was increasingly unable to resist, but Uchiha Ran was unmoved. Open to me. She wanted to withdraw, but she couldn't move her body. Chapter 136 Uchiha Ran's non-human operations, even the gold list dares to calculate. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement, Reincarnation Eternal Mangekyo. This kind of pupil power is really intoxicating. Uchiha Ran feels immensely fulfilled by feeling the powerful power that fills his body and mind. Originally, I wanted to experience the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan for a while, but I would wait until the Reincarnation Sharingan could be activated. I didn't expect the White Snake Immortal Bai Ling to give such a great gift. And it should be influenced by the innate spiritual body. His Eternal Mangekyo did not directly become the Reincarnation Eye after evolution, and then became stronger by increasing the Hook Jade. But the Eternal Mangekyo and the Eye of Reincarnation coexist. The original scarlet part of the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan was replaced by purple and 3 apertures, while the pale gold cross logo formed by the Hook Jade still remained in the middle. In this case, the abilities of the Samsara Eye, such as Shinra Tianjung, Universal Pull, Samsara Eye Coercion, Sealing Suction, which can absorb any ninjutsu and convert it into chara and store it in the body, provide itself with chara. You can also use your left hand to counterattack the absorbed ninjutsu, Planetary Devastation, Tianju Zhenxing, Hard Dive, Extract Soul, Read Memory, Shira Road, Hell Road, Space Portal, etc. He can use all of them. But at the same time, Mangekyo Sharingan pupil technique can still be used, and its power has been enhanced. Kyoka Suigetsu, touch to the point of deprivation of the 5 senses. Time is engraved with the Emperor, 970, and the 4th ability, Rewinding Time, is awakened. The 5th ability, Foreseeing the Future, even evolution, is awakened, but there are some situations that can be seen. For different people's different degrees of future, the amount of pupil power that needs to be consumed is astronomical, and it can only be used in the ninja world for the time being. In other worlds, most of them can only be used to make god-level predictions. But it's powerful enough. Right now, he only relies on his basic abilities, and he can also fight against Otsutsuki Kagaya and even Otsutsuki who will come in the future. As for the amount of chara, the innate spirit body has absorbed nearly 90% of the Sage Jutsu chara reserves of the White Snake Immortal. Rough years over the years, which is no worse than 10 Tails Jinchuriki. And in terms of replenishment at any time, it is also stronger. Moreover, he used the natural energy itself, not Sage Jutsu Shirella, when he used the means, and he was even more powerful in level. Boom. Uchiha rolled his eyes and swept away. The natural energy that became thin and countless bounced off, and the entire space was filled with pressure that belonged to him alone. Peeved. Outside the White Snake Immortal's palace, the 3-snake princess was deprived of her ability to hide and float, and she knelt directly to the ground, her body trembling and panicking. In the Longdi cave, all the immortal snakes were coiled up, cautious and terrified. Wan Snake's body trembled, and the thought of looking for trouble with Orochimaru and Kimimaro was abandoned. These two are the root of Uchiha Ran now, go for it to die. The one who reacted the most was Bai Ling, the White Snake Immortal. Her body shrank countless times in a moment, shrinking back to the place of worship in fear, and said in a trembling voice, "Kill me." 3. I am willing to surrender, completely surrender. No arguing, no bargaining. It has existed since the Kagaya era, and has survived in difficult years. Bai Ling, the ancestor of Longdadong, who was revered as the White Snake Immortal, knelt down and chose to surrender. This disparity in status and behavior is shocking. Don't resist. Uchiha Ran raised his right hand towards the White Immortal. Dive in the heart. Advertisement. As he pulled his hand away, a blue soul was hooked, which was the appearance of Bai Ling. Brand. A dyed character is engraved on Bai Ling's soul, and it is also in the form of a soul. Welcome. Uchiha Ran used Bai Ling's soul back into his body at will. Bai Ling felt a burst of heart palpitations, the snake pupils shrank sharply, and instinctively asked, "You, what have you done to me?" Soul contract. Uchiha Ran said indifferently, "If you are not obedient in the future, a single thought of mine can make your soul fly away." This trick, the new trick he just thought of, has already left the ninjutsu level. As we all know, summoning has a contract summoning, that is, signing a blood contract with a major holy place. You can summon most of the creatures in the holy place. Animal summoning, forcibly signing a contract with something using a scroll or its own strength, represented by Sasuke's eagle, hidden dream demon, 3rd generation ape demon, Uchiha Madara and 9 tails. Ninja summoning, similar to animal summoning, is more scroll-centric. Prop summoning and people summoning, not much to say. No matter what summoning is, it is actually a use of space ninjutsu. The art of flying thunder god is also space ninjutsu. The imprint of the god of thunder is used by sealing techniques, which is permanently imprinted on the body because it binds the soul, and will not be noticed by others. So now he asked about the technique of flying thunder god and the potential ability of the heart, and created a soul contract. That is, directly sign a contract or imprint with the soul of a certain beast. The benefits of this contract are endless. The first is the basic effect of summoning. You can use the summoning of thunder god, transfer, when you need a thug, but you don't have to worry about the lack of chara or the need to return when the time is up. Secondly, it can be destined to use reverse summoning, which is to use summoning beasts to locate and transfer, and there is no need to worry about time constraints. In the end, there is a primary and secondary, Master Fei Lei Shen mark. He can directly pull the soul, which means that he can directly kill the summoning beast on the spiritual level, because he must be obedient. Don't dare, subordinates dare not. Uchiha Ran's words made Bai Ling feel cold all over her body, and she said with a bitter face, "In the future, please send me as much as you like, I'm super obedient." Saying that, the white snake changed into the appearance of an old woman, with a charming smile on her face, trying to increase the closeness between her and Uchiha Ran. Seeing this scene, the children were stunned. Open black lens bracket Onogi. Ah, this. Doesn't it mean that 5th Hokage is going to get cold? 4th generation I'm ready to eat with the money, but you told me he's fine, but the white snake immortal knelt down instead. Open black lens bracket Tsunade. 4th Raikage, you have the guts to say it again. Azabui. Lord 6th Hokage, please calm down. As we all know, I, Cloud Shinobi Village 4th Raikage, exchange all my IQ for strength, so don't take it seriously. Midori Anko. Be careful when you speak, otherwise you will think about the fate of the Great White Snake. Advertisement, Orochimaru. Great White Snake. I didn't expect the White Snake Immortal to still exist today. Open black lens bracket Chirumi Mei. I finally let go of the heart I mentioned, at Dai Mu. Are you gloating about misfortune? Angry face. Close black lens bracket. Onogi. 5th Mizukage, it's not good to step on the policeman to take the top position. Do you know that I regard 5th Hokage as my grandson-in-law? Hey too. Really? Grandpa has grown taller, and he has become smarter in doing things. Onogi. 1 open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. My fighting spirit begins to boil. Fight again. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. You make me uninterested now, wait until the 1st generation resurrects you and beat him to challenge me. Sugarhand Hashirama. Why do you say that as if I were your defeat? Difficult Tobarama. Nissan, Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan and Sage Mode can open up to you, and 5th generation now has a stronger romance, a physique stronger than a fairy body, as well as an unknown pupil technique and a giant body. Add a whole card that I don't know, you. Difficulty Hashirama. Oh, I didn't expect the old man to be so weak, I'm not convinced. Who knows what I haven't fought before? Digging booger. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. With my current strength, I can use the reincarnation of the outsider to revive any existence below the 6 paths level. The district policeman has to rest for different times. Wisdom hand Hashirama. Hide, there are lovers in Zhongshan. The generation is stronger than the generation. The 5th generation should be stronger than the 1st generation like me. I think Shaogang is stronger than me. Open black lens bracket Tobarama. Nissan is thinking that I am better than you? Open black lens bracket beautiful hand Hashirama. Tobarama, is it bad to break the stage like this? Uchiha Madara. Okay, when I revive, the hot mother who hits first is called Dad. Tanker Hashirama. At Shunwan, came out to be beaten. Open black lens bracket Tsunade. Grandpa, you are too blunt to turn the subject, but at Shunwan, come out and be beaten. Owasu. At Shunwan, came out to be beaten. Onogi, at Siwan. Open black lens bracket Luo Sha angry face L. The best way to mediate internal conflicts is to move inside. As a result, Toadpill, who had spoken before Qi became the target of public criticism. The old toad did not reply. At this point it has completely panicked. Uchiha Ran, he used absolute strength to make Bai Ling surrender in Ryongdi Cave. How strong is he now? The role of Rhyme to be played by him as a subordinate is even greater. If it's the beginning, it's really better to choose one. Bai Ling no longer hesitated and immediately chose one. Moreover, what Bai Ling obtained was the cultivation technique, which he could cultivate even as a human being. Advertisement open black lens bracket Nara Shikahisa. If I understand correctly, Lord 5th generation, are you planning to use the gold list, close black lens bracket? Choose 2. Immortal White Snake was stunned for a moment, and asked in confusion, Master, why didn't you choose? At this time, the people watching the live broadcast exploded again. The cultivation of immortals and the innate spiritual body will make it stronger faster. Thank you for reading this story at mtlnation.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. However, things are different now. On the contrary, the second option can not only restore youth, but also restore strength to the peak. No, I want to break through as soon as possible. Back then, Tamamo Zen, who she followed, was what 4.0 did. At this time, its metamorphosis is too weak. As for the transformation, there will always be opportunities in the future, not in a hurry. Strength. She is in a special situation and has a long lifespan. The reward of option 1 is more attractive than that of option 2. Strength. 19. If Bai Ling turned into a human being, he would indeed be more favorable to him. Bai Ling's appearance of being fat and wrinkled makes people unappetizing. Understood. Your current strength is not even half of your heyday. It's definitely more popular to be human. Uchiha ran faintly. If it can be completely formed, and then embark on the road of authentic cultivation, the future will be even broader. Compared to option 2, Bai Ling wanted to choose one. Bai Ling was stunned for a moment, but quickly reacted. Toad Maru is completely immersed and refined into Sage Jutsu Chara. At this time, in Longdi Cave, the SWAT is now Uchiha Ran's entourage. Why choose 2 now? You choose 2 first, and then you can collect the reward, Uchiha Ran said coldly. Uchiha Ran looked at Bai Ling's pleasing appearance, and the corners of his mouth twitched slightly. Uchiha Ran pondered for a while and said, originally, Bai Ling's biggest advantage was Sage Jutsu Chara, who had been feasting at night, but now 90% of those have entered his body, Uchiha Ran. Chapter 137 Otsutsuki Kagaya. How can inferior creatures understand the concept of mate selection? Previous chapter. Next chapter advertisement. Use the gold list? What's the meaning? Seeing Nara Shikaji's joyful speech filled with surprise, Terumi Mei and others all over the ninja world felt a sense of ignorance. The literal meaning alone is shocking. Gold list, still available? Orochimaru. Using the golden list. So it is. Open black lens bracket smart hand Tobarama. I also understand, this hand is really brilliant. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Shisui. I learned, this is Uchiha's wisdom. Tsunade. I didn't expect to play like this, I'll give it a try in the future. Open black lens bracket Uzumaki Shanglan. The joy of double backup again, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Conan. Cunning, this is cunning. Close black lens bracket, Uchiha Madara. As expected of my Uchiha clan. Open black lens bracket Wei Sho Hashirama. Yes, as expected of my Konoha Hokage. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. Hashi hot mom, you actually know what Ran did? Open black lens bracket beautiful hand Hashirama. As first Hokage, I know it's not right. Smoking. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. Actually, I don't know, I just asked casually. Would you like to explain it to me? Close black lens bracket. Wei Sho Hashirama. Madara, you don't even know this, I'm so disappointed. I tell you, the truth is, I don't know, we are the same. Many people thought that they almost thought they couldn't even compare to first Hokage. It was actually installed. By the way, what did Uchiha Ran use? Uchiha Madara. I know you don't know, actually I know. Beautiful hand Hashirama. I don't believe it. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. Believe it or not. Wisdom Hashirama. Madara, just admit that you are stupid, we are strong enough. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. Silly, how could I not know? Ran obviously received the innate spiritual body of the protagonist of Luck long ago. This physique is stronger than the immortal human body, and absorbing natural energy is just a common thing. After he went to Longdi Cave, he deliberately stirred up conflicts, and then pushed the boat to let the white snake immortal bite himself and inject natural energy, and then pretend to be snake-like. Let the white snake immortal be anxious and increase the output of Sage Jutsu Chara, and use it to devour. That is to say, the accumulation of Sage Jutsu Shirella on the white snake fairy, Bai Ling, is all died. Because of this, Sumbu can re-evolve the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan and transcend the Eye of Samsara. But after getting all this, he asked the white snake immortal to choose the second one. The latter can recover his youthful state with the power of Jinbang, and the Sage Jutsu Chara in his body can also return to the peak. To sum up, the white snake immortal has nothing to lose, and his strength will become stronger, but Ran has used the rules of the golden list to prostitute the white snake immortal's accumulative attack, and can also get the allegiance of the white snake immortal in his peak state. Perfect. Uchiha Madara wouldn't care if the police questioned. Advertisement with a strong heart. How could he prove himself because of those boring things? But the wise hand Hashirama is different. Uchiha Madara couldn't take it anymore. He plotted Uchiha Ran's rhyme in one go. If it weren't for the number of words posted in the Jinbang chat area, it would be generated with just a single thought, and editing this text would take countless hours. But now, it's all about the same, then instinctively sighed. That's it. But what followed was deep fear, awe, and worship for Uchiha Ran. This fifth Hokage is really a monster, and he actually takes advantage of the gold list. The White Snake Immortal lost nothing and became his subordinate while maintaining his peak strength. And it is as white as the rough-aged sage Jutsu Chara. If it was him, joining Rock Shinobi Village may have a bright future. Onogi thought with responsible eyes. At this moment, he really felt that it was a good thing that Black Earth and Uchiha Ran could come together. It's a good thing for Iwagakure, for being surprised by them, or for the Black Earth himself. Master Fourth Raikage is unreliable. It seems that I have to sacrifice me to fight for more opportunities for Cloud Shinobi Village. Azabui glanced at 4th generation Ai, who had just figured out everything next to him, and made a decision in his heart. Coincidentally, in Wuyan Village, Terumi Mei's dark green eyes flashed with brilliance, and he sighed in his heart. The gap is too big, there is no way, I can only sacrifice myself to seek more benefits for Wuyan Village. She is definitely not worshipping Uchiha Ran's wisdom and strength. It's not even a nympho Uchiha Ran's face value, spare his body. Everything she does is for the sake of the mist. That's right, that's it. Everyone's mind is different, maybe the same. In the Longbi cave, the White Snake Immortal also saw Uchiha Madara's speech, and his heart was bitter. She is a tool snake, as a tool is not enough, continue to be a weapon. But the matter has come to this point, you can only obey. The happy point is that following Uchiha Ran is not disgraceful, after all, there is hope. Is this the magic method? While thinking about it, Bai Ling finished accepting the reward. The old appearance returned to youth again and again, and turned into the appearance of a high-cold royal sister, dressed with a sai, and some queens. The information of the practice method emerged, which gave her a surprise similar to that of Toad Maru. Using the sage Jutsu Chara that has recovered to its peak in the body, it takes only a few days to condense the elixir. Master, I know why Kamamaru declared war on you so confidently, 22 Bai Ling said with loyalty. At this time, the live screen is switched. Advertisement. Boom. The golden bell rang. A three-dimensional image hook appears. The person on the list is the successor Tsunade. The long light yellow hair on the head drifts freely, full of youthful breath, the blue-purple marks on the forehead are more like a kind of dress, the short light yellow eyebrows, bright brown eyes, light red lips, very good looking. The skin was still pale, but it seemed to have an extra layer of pink that is unique to babies. This made her look much younger. The most eye-catching thing is the business line that is suspected to be expanding again. If there will be a Ninja World figure list, Tsunade will definitely be in the top 3. In the past, she was a very beautiful mature female ninja. But now, from the outside, she looks like a young girl, but she has the charm and temperament unique to adults. Very bright. The art of summoning, Tsunade hooked to summon. A huge Katsuyu hook appeared. The phantom turned into a streamer and shot into the summoning beast ranking. The ranking information is displayed. The 3rd place. Katsuyu, an ant who has survived for more than a year since the Kagaya era. It is a character who can call the wind and call the rain in the Katsuyu world, has the ability to split, can be used for large-scale treatment, and has an extremely powerful sage jutsu chuck in the body pool. The size is extremely huge. All Katsuyu are whole, for Katsuyu Immortal. Blood Pact. Tsunade's listing is not surprising to everyone. Toad Sage, the White Snake and the Immortal are on the list one after another, which is as it should be. You are more concerned about Uchiha Ran. Open black lens bracket Luosha. There is a question that I wanted to ask right after sewing. Even Madara-sama doesn't know it, so can someone with a big bear or big D tell me, what are the eyes that 5th Hokage has? Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Hagoromo. Reincarnation Sharingan? It doesn't look like it. Otsutsuki Kagaya. A unique reincarnation eye comparable to the Samsara Sharingan, or it can be called Samsara Mangekyo. Mortals without the fruit of the divine tree have embarked on an exclusive path by themselves. Uchiha Ran, concubine body is very interested in you. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Hamura smiley face. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. The police are interested in me. You have 2 sons, we have no result. Otsutsuki Hagoromo. Otsutsuki Hamura. We don't want to have a dad out of nowhere. Otsutsuki Kagaya. Those 2 evil sons are created by the concubine body, not the child conceived. The 2 have the essence of regional police. Get up and know that you mortals care about the illusory purity, and the concubine body is still the pure body. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. I know what you said, but it feels a little twisted. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Kagaya. How about the erasure of the concubine's hook? Advertisement, Otsutsuki Hagoromo. Mother, now I can help you, and I am willing to help, we should not come to this step. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Kagaya. Concubine hates betrayal. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Hamura. Mother, Nissan and I were also bewitched by toadstools. Please tell me that with our strength, we can definitely be your help in blocking Otsutsuki's original person. Why should we fight with swords? Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Kagaya. You are not as good as Uchiha Ran together. Close black lens bracket. Yanhan Hashirama. I interjected, is the first ancestor of Zara pursuing my Konoha's fifth Hokage? Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Hamura. Stupid, concubine 970 is courting. Open black lens bracket beautiful hand Hashirama. Ah this. The big pillar is numb. Isn't it a meaning? Maybe courtship is a little more aggressive, and there will be action scenes soon? In fact, not only Huisho Hashirama was stunned, but the other melon eaters were also dumbfounded. Otsutsuki Kaguya's speech was a bit too sturdy. Courtship or something, it doesn't seem like a normal person can talk. Otsutsuki Kagaya. Don't understand, stupid inferior creature. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Kagaya. Only human beings continue to pursue physical pleasure for the so-called desire. The strong control themselves and do everything to reproduce. Otsutsuki Kagaya. Between the strong and the strong, the same can breed the most outstanding offspring, otherwise why is the sect? Otsutsuki Kagaya. Uchiha Ran's advantages, talent, and strength are unprecedented on this planet, and even surpass the concubine, and the concubine is naturally willing to obey. Yansho Hashirama. I don't understand. Uchiha Madara. In a word, she thinks Ran is worthy of her, and she decides to obey rationally. Open black lens bracket Wei Sho Hashirama. It always feels very casual. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Kagaya. Casually? As a family, chasing whatever you want is a lifetime, absolutely not casual. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Kagaya. Well, just a low-class creature, how can you understand the concept of a concubine's mate selection? Everyone. Uchiha Ran understood Otsutsuki Kaguya's thoughts somewhat. Absolutely rational. Divinity? Uchiha Ran's eyes were playful. At this time, the Jin Wood expulsion name information is refreshed. Summoning Beast Reward Selection 1. Perfect Shape, and Master a tailor-made cultivation method of immortality, Yuanying period. To practice Qi, build foundation, Jinden, Yuanying. 2. When the body recovers, the strength reaches its peak, and the master targets the method of demon cultivation. Refining the gods. In the breathing period, the condensing period, the demon pill period, and the spirit refining period. Contractor reward. Unlimited resurrection chance x2. As long as the soul is still alive, any dead person can be resurrected from the Pure Land. Chapter 138 Otsutsuki Kagaya is on the list, but only second. Previous chapter next chapter advertisement in the Jinbang Live broadcast room, the screen switched to a rocky mountain jungle where the mountains and stones stood. The hook of Tsunade's figure is now in midair, falling towards the bottom, and finally embedded in a soft, white, sponge-like object, but it has quickly bounced again. Immediately afterward, a larva, Katsuyu, split rhyme from the white sponge, and came to Tsunade's side, shaking his tentacles and saying, Master Tsunade, welcome to the Shitbone Forest. 99. I didn't expect that I would come by the way. Tsunade smiled at Katsuyu, looking friendly. Immortal Katsuyu has a soft temperament, and the split body never puts on immortal airs, but it does not mean that the other party has no obvious temper. It's better to have an attitude. Before, no one was allowed to come, because no one could learn sage jutsu in Shibone Forest, and my body had been in a deep sleep, and I felt uncomfortable asking people. But now, Jin Bang has awakened me, naturally there is no problem. Katsuyu is explained with soft and glutinous, because its body is too big, occupying 1/10 of the space of Shibone Forest. It is not easy to move around, it is easy to cause earthquakes and landslides and damage the environment here. In order not to destroy the environment and cause the loss of natural energy, her body has been in a deep sleep, slowly becoming stronger, so that one day she can master the ability to become smaller, or the ability to change. Among the 3 holy places, Summoning Beast, she has the best character. The reason is that she is most eager to be understood by the Summoning Rhyme holy place to understand the situation outside, otherwise she will really be stunned. Fortunately, all the hardships have come, and this day is coming to an end today. Tsunade nodded and asked casually, then I don't know which reward are you going to choose when it comes to Katsuyu. Of course one. Katsuyu shook his tentacles and explained softly, in nature, snakes live longer than toads, while mussels only live a few days. But after I learned how to use natural energy reserves from Tomomo-sama, I have become different, and my lifespan is much longer than that of Bailing and Iwasu's father, Shanhai. I'd rather be transformed into a perfect shape, and then master a cultivation technique of immortality. Immortal Guyu, you should collect the reward first, I'm just taking a look. Tsunade smiled heartily, but his index fingers were already embedded in the skin. As a contractor, the reward he has is the unlimited resurrection of 2 people. After living for decades, countless people have appeared in her life, and there are also many people who want to be resurrected. But this time, she has no entanglement, and she decides to revive her younger brother Kisetsu Roshu and her grandmother Uzumaki Mito. These 2, along with Hashirama, the rough hand, and Tobarama, the hot hand, were the 4 most important people in her life. Later Sarutobi Hizen, Uzumaki Kushina, Orochimaru and Jiraiya were added. Finally, Uchiha Ran came from behind, and Sarutobi Hiruzen has been removed from her heart. Therefore, the resurrection candidate is very determined. It's just that she has been away from the police for too many years, and she still hasn't figured out what expression to use to greet Rope Tree. Okay, I'll go first. Advertisement Katsuyu is very sensitive to emotions. Compared with Tsunade for decades, how could she not know the thoughts of this forgetting year, honey? I choose. Immortal Katsuyu's voice echoed in the forest of wet bones. The echoes were filled with inexplicable pressure. Immediately after, everyone saw that the perspective of the screen in the live broadcast room began to fly upwards, the scene began to shrink, the appearance of the Shibone forest became more and more clear, and the body of Immortal Katsuyu was also clear. With the help of God's perspective, everyone finally saw clearly what a huge existence this is. Tsunade stood on his back as if he were standing alone on a giant patchwork of playgrounds. Small. The light of Jinbang was shot down, completely covering the huge Katsuyu. Her body began to shrink at a speed invisible to the naked eye, becoming about the size of Tsunade in just a few seconds, and then the body began to change. When the light disappeared, the hook in front of everyone was a 6-point similar to Tsunade, also with a golden rectangle, but with 2 tentacles on the top of his head. His skin was as white as jade, and he seemed to be able to emit light, but his height was unexpectedly high. Gives a very soft, pretty woman that feels like she will fall down when pushed. Is this the human body? It feels amazing to be back so small. 99. Immortal Katsuyu let out a nasally surprised sound and jumped up cheerfully on the spot, not at all like immortals should have. Inside the Longdi cave, Uchiha Ran noticed that Bai Ling's face was full of envy when she saw this scene, and she couldn't help but ask curiously, "You want to transform into a human so much? Can't the transformation technique achieve a similar situation?" Bai Ling stroked her body and replied obediently, "Lord Huiran, I really want to transform into a human, but I envy Katsuyu's smaller body even more." "Body? Smaller? Can't you control your body to get bigger or smaller at will?" "Lord Ran, I can become smaller by relying on the power of such a treasure." Bai Ling lifted the pink lady who was 3 inches off the ground, with a golden ring on it. She also has a golden ring on her other small foot. "What is this noble phantasm?" Uchiha Ran frowned. "Yes, Master Ran." Seeing Uchiha Ran's interest, Bai Ling quickly and earnestly explained, "The 2 golden rings are noble phantasms. I don't know the specifics, but after the death of Lord Tomomo, I got them by accident and wear them on any part of the body. Can make the body shrink, but it requires a lot of natural energy. I can maintain my current size entirely by relying on the ability of the ring, otherwise, like Katsuyu, my body will be too large to move. It's not that you can't move, it's that you can move. The 3 holy places have the most abundant natural energy in the ninja world, and she has no reason to leave Longdi Cave. But a huge body brings a lot of constants, I see." Uchiha Ran nodded lightly and finally understood what Bai Ling envied. "Advertisement. How can your body be so huge, and Tomomo didn't teach you how to temporarily shrink your body?" Uchiha Ran asked curiously. "Lord Ran doesn't know, but in front of Tomomo still taught us the method of sensing and storing natural energy. He has not taught us how to use and refine it." 93. Uchiha Ran was stunned, took over the conversation and said, "So you continued to condense natural energy and Chala to create your own sage jutsu for Chala use?" "Yes, Ran-sama, because our strength is also getting stronger while we keep accumulating sage jutsu chara, so we keep doing this, and our body also increases with the increase of sage jutsu chara." "So, you haven't been around Tomomo for a long time?" Uchiha Ran dragged his chin. "Actually, it's been a long time, almost 100 years. Bai Ling secretly looked at Uchiha Ran and explained, "It's just that we didn't have a human mind at first. After being cultivated for a long time by Master Tomomo, we have been transformed, and the Master has the ability to learn. Originally, after accumulating a certain amount of natural energy, we could learn more methods from Tomomo-sama, but at that time, we happened to meet Kaguya who swallowed the Zara fruit and started to clean the world, so." Uchiha Ran nodded. "Everything is clear. Tomomo pre-cultivated dark white boa constrictor Bai Ling, special Katsuyu, Toad Mountain Sea. Unfortunately, when I was about to teach it formally, I met Kaguya and cleaned up the world. The inheritance of the absorption and utilization of natural energy is estimated to have been discontinued at that time. On the contrary, these 3 beasts, relying on the use and release of half-baked natural energy, questioned Zara, and embarked on a path to show, and they also occupied the 3 places with the most abundant natural energy and established 3 holy places. No wonder they are obviously not simple, but they are called ancestors. As for the inheritance of Shanghai, it is estimated that it was stolen by Toad Maru, or the latter has the opportunity to be a police officer. Chi Anshin works for me. In the future, you will have chance transformation." Uchiha said. The Bai Ling alliance took the lead. At the same time, inside the wet bone forest, "Tsunade, how about I follow your surname in the future?" Katsuyu, who had completely adapted to his new body, tilted his head to look at Tsunade. The wind was blowing, bringing up the hair. The gentle smile on his delicate face is like a spring breeze blowing into the softest place in the heart. "If I like you, of course I won't say no," Tsunade laughed. After transforming, Katsuyu is only stronger than his grandfather, isn't he? Listen to Katsuyu. Good. We'll be our own from now on. Katsuyu hugged Tsunade's arm. The 2 looked like twins. Advertisement in Hokage's office. Jiraiya saw this scene through the live broadcast room. For some reason, he showed the intoxicated expression of Brother Pig. Double the happiness. At this moment, a cold voice interrupted his thoughts. "Lord Jiraiya, Nuo Jiaos, please respect yourself." Seeing Shizune following the sound, Jiraiya slowly restrained her expression and then smiled wryly. "What are you still fantasizing about? Too frivolous. Or a custom shop is more suitable to ask him, and it can also inspire creative inspiration. It's really cheap Hashirama this guy. On the border between the land of fire and the land of wind," Uchiha Madara pouted softly. Immortal Katsuyu is comparable to the existence of Sage of Six Paths, and it must be stronger after transformation. Wei hands have a 6 paths level to sit in. Fortunately, they Uchiha have Uchiha Ran. Of course, he is still confident in himself, but it's not just that it's hard to become stronger. Uchiha Ran watching the live room. After joking with Katsuyu, Tsunade finally made a choice. I will resurrect my mistress, Uzumaki Mito. I also resurrect my younger brother, the hard rope tree. The voice fell. The golden list fell. A new body emerges. Uzumaki Mito, who is back to his youthful form and whose strength was at his peak. The confused young man spread his hands to the rope tree. Resurrection. You lungs? The bells continue to ring. A figure emerged. After seeing it clearly, everyone was not calm. How can it be? Otsutsuki Kagaya is second. Chapter 139. The first place is Turtle Island. Kagaya, Otsutsuki 1 style, subscribe. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement in the sky, before the golden list. The stereoscopic image hooked in front of everyone is Otsutsuki Kagaya. At this time, she is no longer stunned when she first appeared. Her eyes are cold, her aura is strong, and her temperament is detached. The gap between her eyebrows was closed by a third at this time, which can be determined to be a reincarnation eye, and there is a Guyu branch on it. The art of summoning. Otsutsuki Kaguya's cool and sweet voice resounded through the heavens and the earth. Boom. As the smoke rose, a huge humanoid creature appeared, with 10 protrusions on its back, for the severed tail, and 9 eyes on its head, only 4 of which were opened at this time. Between Geto statue and 10 tails, Otsutsuki Kagaya and Geto statue turned into a streamer and shot into the summoning beast list. Second place. 10 tails disabled, now Geto statue, with less than 20% of the Chara supplement. Master Servant Contract. Otsutsuki Kagaya, Kinbang popularization. 10 tails originates from the Otsutsuki family, which is the origin of Zara. The real posture is the divine tree that nurtures the fruit of Zara. 10 tails is just the sapling of the divine tree. When it grows into a divine tree, its roots will spread to every corner of the planet, will continue to absorb the natural energy on the planet, and when it is saturated, it will bear huge chakra fruits. Kinbang science. If the Otsutsuki clan devours the fruit and distributes Zara, the divine tree will return to the 10 tails state. At this time, the owner activates infinite Tsukuyomi, which can make the divine tree grow again, and the roots can continue to be swallowed at this time. Natural energy filling 970 consumption, can also absorb the chara of all creatures, restore the heyday. Jinbang science. Geto statue is the form of 10 tails after losing all chakras. At this time, there is only one body left in 10 tails. In addition to the information on the list, it is also accompanied by the popular science of the golden list. Maybe, this is the card face of Kagaya-ji, the ancestor of Zarera? But this time, all the people watching the list ignored these. What they cared about was that Kagaya came in second. Could it be that there is a summoning beast stronger than 10 tails body in this world? Otsutsuki Hagoromo. 10 tails is actually a sapling of the god tree. I finally understand why my mother was sealed by me in Hamura in the first place. He was not in his prime at all. Advertisement open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Hamura. 10 tails, saplings. Divine trees, bear fruit, after swallowing. They have the blood following the net and the reincarnation Sharingan. At that time, Cam was the most powerful time for the mother. Open black lens bracket black Zetsu. You were right, if it was your heyday, your mother could easily destroy you. At that time, you didn't even have the physique and strength of the Otsutsuki clan. Open black lens bracket black Zetsu. If it wasn't for the mother's good intentions, she felt pity after being enshrined by human beings, separated the chakras, and used some of the fruits to create you. The strength would not be weakened to the point where even toads dared to come at the level of calculation. She was cleaning the world by herself at that time. What is a stinky toad? Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Hagoromo. No wonder her mother said that she was disappointed with Hamura and wanted to take the chakra distributed, which was what she meant. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Hamura. But why does the mother devour humans, restore strength, or make weapons?
Open black lens bracket black Zetsu. Stupid, that's just a side word when the stinky toad uses you. Mothers need to recover their full strength and continue to swallow the natural energy through the divine tree. It can also be done by swallowing human beings only because they have seen in the long years. This gang of inferior creatures kill each other, fight for power and profit, and they can't control it with their own hands. After people are reduced, they naturally enter a relatively peaceful state. Mother is not stupid, they will kill each other. It is better to make weapons, so that they can deal with Otsutsuki in the future. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Hagoromo, so it is. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Hamura, Nissan. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. Let me tell you, now is not the time for you to discuss things. Geto statue can be ranked first, what do you think? Luosho Hashirama. Madara, why didn't you interrupt earlier and wait until everyone has revealed all the information that should be revealed? Open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. Want to take care of you, Tanker Hashirama. Even if it's cheap, it's good. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. He once spoke to me and didn't want to talk to you. Open black lens bracket Sugarhand Hashirama. Are you ashamed? Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. Rub. Huh, a smile appeared on Uchiha Ran's face. Is there any special switch on the big column?
Otherwise why? Combat force, SWAT heaven defying when encountering Uchiha Madara. Open black lens bracket smart hand Tobarama. You two good friends have also been quarreled. Now the key question, what summoning beast can rank above the Geto statue that restores nearly 20% of Chara? Advertisement open black lens bracket 4th generation I think my Iwagakur's Turtle Island can. Open black lens bracket Nara Shikahisa, Turtle Island. Close black lens bracket, 4th generation I. There's a real waterfall on Turtle Island, which has a good effect on helping Jinchuriki become a perfect Jinchuriki, but there is no need to hide it now. Showdown. This is a laden island wandering in the sea. Idea. The giant tortoise decided to rank first on the summoning beast list. Onogi. I didn't expect you, Iwagakur, to have such a good thing. No wonder you cultivate a perfect Jinchuriki special police officer, but it's really useless now. Brilliant hand Hashirama. There are still countless secrets in the ninja world. The giant ninja turtle that carries the island. It's very interesting. Open black lens bracket Nara Shikamaru. At 4th generation I, then Lord 4th Raikage, who did you sign the contract with Turtle Island? The specific information will be announced later, so don't hide it. 4th generation I. The person who signed the contract. That kind of thing does not exist. We are the village and Turtle Island signing the contract for mutual benefit. Open black lens bracket Nara Shikamaru. Can you sign contracts with villages? Nara Shikahisa. Son, 4th Raikage means that he has a very close relationship with Turtle Island, not some kind of contractual summoning relationship. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Kagaya at Otsutsuki 1 style close black lens bracket an unknown mysterious person. Yanhan Hashirama. I see, you missed a high-ranked summoning technique for nothing. The ninja world exploded. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Madara. So the first place is not Turtle Island, so what is the summoning beast? Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Kagaya. Number 1 is another 10 tails in your hand. But there was one who was faster than them. A Otsutsuki Kagaya that existed longer than the Sage of 6 Paths and the 3 Sacred Sages. Although the answer will be revealed soon, he still can't help but want to know quickly. Many are ready to ask. An almost omniscient Uchiha Ran. Orochimaru. It seems that the water on this planet is deeper than we thought. Open black lens bracket 4th generation I. Yes, Turtle Island is the property of our Cloud Shinobi village, is there any problem? Advertisement open black lens bracket Nara Shikamaru. Have you, Cloud Shinobi, given up the treatment of this 4th Raikage? Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Kagaya. Ishigami, it is you, you are still alive. Boom. Orochimaru felt that there were only 3 people in the world who could answer his question. Even the Sage of 6 Paths and the Immortals of Hamura, as well as the Immortals of the 3 Holy Lands, do not know of unknown existences. Beyond the body of 10 tails, Geto statue is contracted. Suddenly, many people thought of something, and suddenly said, yes, there is indeed a 10 tails. Otsutsuki Hagoromo. Turtle Island, I have seen it before. I was just comparing whether it is better than Geto statue. I didn't expect it to be eligible for the list, but in this way, even I don't know who else. Moreover, there is actually a 10 tails? Orochimaru licked his tongue, ready to ask. There is a Otsutsuki. Really dry. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Sharon. Lord Ancestor. The mighty spirits of silent beasts, beasts and apes, Yin Clan, Shark Clan, Lips of Ghosts and Flowers, Hanzo of the Salamander's Pepperfish, but they are not on the list. Obviously Uchiha Ran's guess is correct, it must be a summoning beast, and there is no record in our clan. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Hamura. At Otsutsuki Sharon, the family has been observing on the moon for so long, is there any record of discovery? Thank you for reading this story at mtlnation.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Mabui. You guessed it right. Close black lens bracket, hi. Before the summoning beast list was announced, we had just found Turtle Island, and we didn't have time to persuade the island turtle to sign a contract. Ran-kun, sure no, and there are not a few people who have the same thoughts as Orochimaru. All Cloud Shinobi village ninjas. What could it be? Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Kagaya. Wedge? But you didn't have the gold to use the wedge. Chapter 140 Kagaya broke out. Surprise. The first is Uchiha Ran. Previous chapter next chapter advertisement, yes, there is still a 10 tails in the ninja world. The Otsutsuki style, 10 tails, is clearly the right answer. As Otsutsuki Kagaya spoke, the wise man reacted instantly. The popular science before Uchiha Ran is still vivid in my mind. According to the 5th Hokage's words, the Otsutsuki clan will go to other planets, at least as a group of 2, and will bring at least 2 10 tails, one for their own people, and one for their ancestors. Otsutsuki member. In a group of 2, one is a member and the other is a sub-member. The team members are the subordinates of the members. They need to deal with the trivial matters for the members, take care of the ripening of the fruits, and present the fruits to the members when the time is right. If necessary, they need to turn themselves into chakra fruits for the people to destroy. Otsutsuki Kagaya didn't want to accept such a fate, and attacked the members she followed just when the fruit was about to ripen. Now everyone knows the man's name, Otsutsuki style. After the sneak attack, Kagaya ate the fruit of the sacred tree Zara, which the members were eligible to enjoy, and used the power of the blood to calm down the troubled world, and was honored as the goddess of Mao. This pot of blessings and prayers among the people create 2 offspring. 1. Originally, you thought that the sneak attack of Otsutsuki Kagaya had completely killed Otsutsuki, and the second divine tree seed also fell into her hands, but it was secretly hidden somewhere. But now it seems that Otsutsuki survived by chance, and secretly cultivated another divine tree seed in his hand, ready to come back against the wind. It's really not reassuring for a moment. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki 1 style. I didn't expect that I would be exposed in this way, but it doesn't matter. When I get the reward of number 1 in the gold list, it will be your period, Kagaya. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Kagaya. I always thought you were dead, but I didn't expect you to survive. It seems that the master has some kind of ability that I don't know. Is it a trump card? Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki 1 style. You are different, even if you are a core member, even if you swallow the fruit that belongs to me, you will not know the power of this. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Kagaya. I really don't know what special means you have mastered, but I think it's similar to Urashiki's power to control time. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Ashiki. You actually know Urashiki's abilities. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Kagaya. Do you think, why did I attack you so firmly in the first place? Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Yishi. Could it be that you know about our plan? Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Kagaya. Yes, I learned by chance that Urasaki has awakened his powerful time ability. In order to gain greater strength, you guys decided to take the fruit that was enshrined to Munakata this time to Yushigami to make him a new one. A member of the sect, and as the person in charge of planting, even if you want to kill your mouth, you will definitely devour your followers. Then you could have worked hard to become Zong, but I can't work hard to become Zong myself? Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki style. No wonder you, as a princess, took the initiative to become my follower. It turned out that you had already decided to give it a try before you came to this planet. I really didn't expect you to know such a secret. It seems that even the imprint of your existence also wiped it out completely. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Kagaya. It's unclear who wipes it out. After many years, you are still hiding in the dark. Obviously, the serious injury of the year has not recovered. I think it is because the tool found in a hurry is very poor and cannot satisfy you at all. The rebirth, so these years have been lying in the salt. As long as you find you as soon as possible, it is not difficult to kill you completely. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki 1. Too late. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Kagaya. I should have used the method I should have used to confirm whether you are still alive, and then let Yui and Hamura solve you. Advertisement. Open black lens bracket black Zetsu. Mom, me, I can too. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Kagaya. I know your loyalty, but compared to your strength, it's nothing. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Hagoromo. Mother, now I can hook your hands for you. Otsutsuki Kagaya. It's too late, since she can use the power of another seed. Even in the wedge state, it will definitely be able to enter the different space. You can't find him in a short time, and you can't stop him from getting rewards. Otsutsuki Kagaya. When he gets the reward, with your current strength similar to when I first came to this planet, you will definitely not be his opponent. At this time, only one can. At Uchiha Ran. That's right, if someone in this world can find the Otsutsuki style in a very short time and completely obliterate it, in Kaguya's view, only Uchiha Ran can do it. Uchiha Ran. It's just a matter of style. I'd better leave it to you to kill yourself, or let one of my women kill it, just to inherit everything from him. Otsutsuki Kagaya. Don't underestimate the enemy, the current one. Even Yumura and Yui can easily wipe him out, but if it is the one to get back to the peak or even become stronger with the gold ranking reward, it will be very difficult to deal with. Uchiha Ran. I know how strong he was in his heyday, not blind confidence, and what you worry about is that after he gets the award of number 1 in the gold list, the premise is that he is on the list. Otsutsuki Kagaya. You mean, he won't be on the list? Uchiha Ran. Of course not. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki 1 style. Ridiculous, little 10 tails is not the first, is it you? Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. If the little 10 tails can be on the list, they can indeed be above the ghetto statue, but is it your summoning beast? Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Yishi. Unfortunately, you thought I would make such a low-level mistake. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Uchiha Ran. Is that so? You'll understand right away. At Otsutsuki Kagaya, don't delay, get your reward. Summoning beast rewards. 1. 5 tails, 6 tails, 7 tails, 8 tails. 2. The first order quality realm of the fruit of the god tree. The master can have more reincarnation sharing ability, improve the power of blood. Contractor reward. Space evolution of the beginning ball. It transforms into a small world, becomes the master of the world, can set up enchantment isolation, can grow naturally, and can rely on any small world to exist. The reward for Otsutsuki Kaguya's listing has long appeared. She never received it because she realized that Otsutsuki was still alive, and wanted to delay the latter's listing time as much as possible, trying to get rid of him in advance. But Uchiha Ran doesn't need it. Open black lens bracket Otsutsuki Kagaya. If it is your request. Evolution of the origin ball space. Otsutsuki Kagaya received his contractor reward first. Roar. In the Jinbang live room, there will be a bright light in the dark area deep in Kagaya. Immediately after, her figure changed and came to a special space. Boom. 92. The whole space shook. Advertisement. The area of the space began to expand at a speed invisible to the naked eye. The earth changed. the tiles change, the water, the rain, the trees, flowers and plants rose, followed by the integration of the lava space, turning into a lava field, but there was a layer of special enchantment to distinguish it. The ice and snow world merged into an ice and snow area, which was also separated by a layer of special enchantment. Then there is the hypergravity space, the sand space, and the acid space. All 5 spaces are integrated into the starting ball space, but they are isolated by special enchantments, which only Kagaya can control. And when these worlds were all integrated, the crystal walls around the world quickly smiled, and in a blink of an eye, they were replaced by the surging chaotic aura, absorbing everything and generating everything. 0 katakana middle dot 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 0. This is a short-lived manifestation of creation, but still everyone has brought an indescribable shock. The 6 spaces that were originally lifeless and monotonous, in a moment, seemed like a corpse returning to the soul, blooming with vitality. The disappearance of the crystal wall means that the original monotonous space has the possibility of infinite evolution. Although every small step may take hundreds of millions of 10,000 years, hundreds of millions to complete, but there is hope. The starting ball space, which should now be renamed the most central position of the starting ball small world, is the highest mountain. Otsutsuki slowly descended, standing on the peak looking down at everything. There was a slight fluctuation in his pure white eyes. She is the master of the small world. She can clearly feel that the small world is no longer just a spatial means, but can be turned into a source of strength for herself, bringing herself the power of the world. As long as the limit is not exceeded, this small world can be close to swallowing, and then feed back to her. The art of summoning. Otsutsuki Kagaya raised his hands. Boom. With a huge plume of smoke rising, a huge Geto statue with 4 eyes open appeared, kneeling in rhythmic surrender to Otsutsuki Kagaya. 0. Get your reward. Kagaya orders Geto statue. Card face, or card face. Geto statue's reward is not to choose one of 2, but to get 2. The first is 4 tails to 8 tails chara. The bell rang. Boom. And Otsutsuki Kagaya opens infinite Tsukuyomi, which can be sucked back by swallowing. Boom. 22. It also has a lot of chakra, which has been branched into the human body and turned into chakra seeds. Advertisement. This means, Geto statue will complement the chara of all tailed beasts except 9 tails. Boom. Everyone saw that Geto statue began to change, and the remaining 5 reincarnation eyes were all untied, and then melted into a reincarnation Sharingan. The golden bullet casts light, and Kagaya, who has such strength, cannot do without the moon for the time being. When you can clearly see the face of the owner of this image. After all this, 10 tails one-eyed changes, and the scarlet has a tendency to change towards gold. Konoha's ninja is even more so. Immediately after, a 3-dimensional image appeared that was more than 10 times larger than when the first 29 people were on the list. This is the card. Its Shirella should be able to recover to about 40%. Because even if 9 tails is added, 10 tails is not back to its peak, but 70% to 80%. Twilight. Why not 40%? Of course, 10 tails can also slowly absorb natural energy transformations on their own. The person on the list is actually the 5th generation project. Boom. The same as the fruit of the god tree, 10 tails is fully mature. There are also advantages and disadvantages. First place. Uchiha Ran. Middle, 3 times in a row, it rang in my heart. The Jinbang Live broadcast screen ends here. Thank you for reading this story at mtlnation.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. All dumbfounded. The second reward is the change in the quality of the fruit of the divine tree. The fruits contributed to the statues of Ben and Zong are obviously not the same. It will take at least a few days to break the seal. Geto statue acts exactly on Kaguya's will. At the same time, all-seeing, Otsutsuki Kaguya's white eyes began to change and evolve into blue. 10 protrusions on the back began to grow, and 5 of them grew 5 tails. This is completely understandable.